on the Fan Sports Network.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Be a dog.
105.1 and 1080.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
The Fan.
Hey, what it do?
Ahoy!
How you feeling?
Don't start. Don't start.
What?
You know.
I do know.
You're just trolling at this point.
I am so trolling.
You're just trolling.
Woo!
Freaking A.
The Mets lost again today, you guys.
In spectacular fashion.
He's a Mets fan.
Yeah.
For
they'll
some
be fine,
reason.
though.
I got my
They'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll be fine.
Look, I have
Juan Soto will be fine.
I have resisted the panic button all year. I have not mashed it, and yeah, it's.
Has it been mashed?
It's
We're all waiting on the edge of our seat. Has it been mashed?
Yeah.
Has it been mashed?
Yeah. It's time! For God's sakes! Really? Getting no hit and swept by the Guardians?
They didn't get no hit.
Yeah, great. Way to go,
Nearly.
Juan Soto with the solo meaningless ninth inning home run. Awesome.
You know who Juan Soto
So
is?
cool.
He's the new Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, it's great. And then just
Meaningless home run in the bottom of the ninth.
Shuffle around the bottom of the ninth to break up the no-hitter. Awesome.
Sammy
cool.
Soto.
Cool.
Sammy Soto.
Glad to know the Giants and the Guardians, both sellers, whooped our ass.
Maybe
Cool.
the two will lighten his skin.
It's going great. It's going great right now.
Right on the YouTube chat, our Mets suck.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good right now. Not happy. That and I can't stop sweating. My shower didn't take. I'm sweating profusely.
It's humid today. It took me almost an
Yeah,
hour to stop
it is humid.
sweating after my run.
Good Lord.
It's humid out there.
Yeah,
Jay.
it's humid.
We had some rain.
I'm pouring sweat. Nothing's working. The Mets are terrible. All hell's breaking
You know
loose.
what? You should just go home.
I probably should. This is just it's not my day. It's not my day. I forgot socks today, so I'm not wearing socks. So I got swampy feet, and now I was kind of running around, and now I've started sweating again. I thought I had stopped sweating. No. Now I'm in a Mets panic sweat.
I think we're going to stop.
The WNBA is under attack.
Blue Jays are up 20-1 on the Rockies.
At least we're not the Rockies.
Did you see that game the other night where the Rockies
The
came back?
17-16 game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts.
They came back and won 17-16.
Well, it was 9-0 in the first inning.
Yeah.
It's only the second time ever that a team's come back from that deficit. And then, yeah, they I think they were 8 runs down and with 2 innings to go, and they came back and
The
won.
Rockies came back?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
beat
beat
the
'em.
Pirates.
Boy, does that count because it's the Pirates?
Yeah, it does count.
Yeah,
It was
right.
wild and fun.
Yeah.
When's the last time that I'm trying to process that the Rockies scored, you said 19 runs?
17.
17.
17-16.
How many games do you have to compile for them to get 17 runs? Like if you went back and looked, is that like a 7-game swath?
You mean prior to that?
Prior to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to take a look-see here.
They only have one today.
I'd have to look back, but I want to say that series actually set a bunch of recent records because all of the games were in like double digits. There were like 60 runs scored.
Yeah, I
over the
thought so
weekend.
too. I thought that yeah. Boy, I'm watching the Rockies right now.
Why?
I don't know. Because it was 20-1, so
The
I flipped
intrigue.
it on. There is no one there.
No. Well, why would there be?
Well, you know.
Well, I woke up, so I had day baseball, which I was excited about. So I played 9 holes this morning, and then I was done early because we teed off really early. So I was like, ooh, Mets baseball, day baseball, flip over, 3-0. And it's like it's early. It's like it's 3-0. Now they'll be fine. 5th inning, 6th inning. And I'm like,
Turns out they weren't fine.
No, it turns out they weren't fine. No, it
You
wasn't.
need to rethink your strategy.
Yeah.
Always assuming they'll be fine.
Well, I'm trying. I told you yesterday
They're free falling.
that I'm trying to be a less hateful Met fan this year. I'm going to be more positive. And up until now, I've been positive. But really, they got swept by the Guardians, and then they got the Brewers. They got the best team in baseball coming up next. That should go well. The hell?
So you bros are only 2.5 out?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but they were in first, and now they're not. So.
They're only 2.5 out, and they're still in wild card position. You got a 3-game lead on the next best wild card team.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, they'll get in the
So you have more of a cushion.
They'll get in the playoff, and then nothing's.
The Reds are chasing them.
Yeah, whatever. It's not.
Watch
it's not
out for my Reds.
Yeah, your Reds. Just like your Marlins. Weren't you trying to tell me the Marlins?
Hey,
were
his
sneaky?
Marlins might be
Yeah.
helping up the Mariners today.
Tell you what.
They're up 5-2 on the Astros.
Yeah.
Your Marlins.
My Marlins.
Get out of here.
Upstart.
Get out.
55-57. Nice little record
It's actually pretty good for them.
for them, yeah. Anyway.
By the way, yeah, I was looking at that Rockies you were mentioning, like the outside of that 17-6 game, Yeah, you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to equal their that one outburst for the Colorado Rockies. So the answer to what is the crappiest team of all time, what is the Colorado Rockies?
Of all time.
Take that for data.
I thought the White Sox set that. Didn't the White Sox have the
Last
worst
year?
record? Yeah, just
And
last
it
year.
might be the Rockies
It's
this
not
year.
the-
Are
it's
the
the
Rockies on pace to break that?
I was just going
I
to
think
ask that.
they
Let's
were.
find
Weren't they going to break the run differential too?
Well, they were early in the
They
year,
were
but then
early.
they kind of caught fire.
They're 30 and 83.
Well, I know, but if you look at their I heard this on my favorite midday show.
One of those.
So yes, they
What do you
are
call the-
currently on track
They
to
are.
be the worst team.
What do you call the Luke Anderson?
It's the happy hour.
The happy hour.
No, I know, but what do you call that
It's just the happy
time
hour.
of day?
Well, that's middays.
Is that midday?
That's middays.
Yeah.
Is that my favorite midday show? I don't know.
Oh.
Are Danny and Dusty, or I mean, Danny and
The
Patrick?
law firm.
Is that a midday
That's
show?
mid morning, right? No, that's mid morning. It's not midday.
Ducks Insider midday.
Midday.
So my
Midday.
favorite midday show.
Yeah.
Now hosted by Luke Anderson
Yes.
and a side dish of the great and indelible Jeff Rust.
Mm-hmm.
They told me, I believe it was yesterday, that the Rockies, I think in the last 50 games or so, they've won like 20.
Really?
Yeah, because they did start like 8 and 50.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were historically bad, and then they weren't, and now they are still kind of. And the game's over. The Blue Jays win it 20-1, guys.
Yeah. I'm looking. Yes, they are on pace. AI.
Yeah, he just said that.
Yeah, I know. I've just
But I
was
mean-
on pace to go 50 and 112.
Yeah, that's why I was actually.
And what was the record last year? White Sox. How many
Stand
did
by.
they lose?
They're also on pace to have a historically bad, but not the worst run differential of all time. And then that's cheating because it's the we talked about this, but the 1899 Cleveland Spiders that doesn't
Yeah. That's the team where the owner,
own 2 teams.
yeah, and he took all the good players from that team and put them on the other team.
Yes. Yes. Did you hear that on your favorite midday?
No,
mid-morning morning.
we disseminated that information.
Wait a second. Here it says the White Sox went 41 and 121.
Yeah.
So the Rockies
Yeah,
would
they're
not be
not on pace. Yeah, they were.
AI's so stupid
You
sometimes.
can't trust AI.
They just said they're on pace.
Why are
and
we
then they're
even-
not on pace.
I know. Why are we wasting our time with
That's
AI?
binary. Yes,
AI.
no, they got it wrong.
We need to hire that one nerd that Zuckerberg did. Do we have 250 million in the budget?
We might need 251 is the problem.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know if 250 is going to get it done. Interesting.
So I'm looking here. Doing a little
You're
math.
looking, oh boy. Anytime Rob gets out a piece of paper and a pen, yeah, that's just get ready.
Yeah, so their record over the last 55 games, the Colorado Rockies we were
Yeah,
discussing here,
Yeah. The streaking Colorado Rockies.
is 21 and 34, which is not bad. I mean, for them,
What is Colorado?
they started
Rockies?
9 and 50, and they are since 21 and 34.
They
So that
are-
is, they have picked up the pace considerably. Although you wouldn't know that watching today's game, where they only lost by 19.
They are, in case you were wondering, they are 33 and a half games
Is that all?
behind the Dodgers.
Yeah. Hey,
The-
number one pick, maybe.
The next worst would be
Yeah.
the Chicago White Sox at 22 and a half back of the Detroit Tigers. So who are the Colorado Rockies?
Anyway, back to the Mets.
Yeah, can
They
we
just got swept.
Yeah, I know. Let's just not. Let's go. Let's
And they almost got no hit by some guy no one's ever heard of.
Let's just.
And if Sook's already annoyed, the YouTube already pointing out one of the things Sook hates the most. You guys are all matchy today. Your little black hoodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we have hoodies on? It's humid out there.
Well, and that's the thing. I made the mistake. Although this is a T-shirt. It's not a sweatshirt. So I thought I was going to be fine. I was not fine. I have not stopped sweating since like 1:15, and then I think it's over, and then the sweat comes roaring back.
You know, people don't know this, but we live together,
Yeah.
stepbrother style.
Well, now I'm down in the ADU. Now that Dick's gone, I've weaseled my way in there. It's me and
Sook in the Cat Palace.
it's me and the cats, and we hang out, and
I hate it when Sue gets on a drum set.
start working it. Yeah, everyone got derailed today.
What happened?
with the furry thing? No one could figure out what animal you were. It derailed like every show on the station.
What animal? Who?
Well,
was?
there's the TCU quarterback. Turns out he's a furry.
So is he doing bits or is that a real thing?
I think it's a real thing.
Okay.
What's a furry?
Oh, he it's his kink.
It's people whose fetish it is to
Yeah.
dress up in furry animal suits like
Yeah.
mascots or
Oh.
other
They have
things.
like sex for they have sex, but is furry animals.
As furry animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kink.
Josh Hoover.
Yeah, he's a furry, And so everyone was going through, and everyone kind of settled on some animals, but no one could peg you. I was listening periodically throughout the day.
Phrase.
Oh, peg me.
Yeah, peg you.
Like
And
what animal I would be? Is that what
I
you're
would
saying?
hope, other than the peg. But yeah, like everyone, every time I tuned in periodically throughout the day, they were all discussing. No one could figure out what the hell you were. And I
Does
was
this
like,
station have anything better to talk about?
apparently not.
Like the Mets?
Yeah. I'm trying to talk about
Losing
anything
again.
other than the Mets right now.
Expired.
This YouTube commenter says Rop is a mink.
Yeah, they kept going back and forth. Someone said an owl. You were an owl for a while, and yeah, it was all over the place. Buck was a nice Labrador,
Oh,
which, by the way, was pretty
That's not
good.
a compliment. A Labrador?
He's
sure
a
it
lap.
is. How is it not?
He's just a big, lovable guy.
Lovable,
Eh,
loyal.
Yeah.
What
Just
else
like-
do you want?
You're a lackey.
What?
A lackey.
Yeah.
Oh, so what
Labrador.
what kind of a furry does that make me?
I thought the Labrador Buck. I thought that was like
That's
spot
very
on.
complimentary. It's
I
your,
thought it
that's
was
your
great.
all-American breed.
By
You're
the way-
lovable.
All right, I'm gonna go at Buck for a second. You know, that guy's a bad parker. We both
That's
pulled
true.
in at the same time today, and the dude's riding the line over into my parking space.
Well-
and guess what he says when I get out of my car? I'm like, hey, you can't park, you son of a bitch.
Was that
What'd he say?
before or after you gave me the finger?
That was after.
Yeah.
He said, win some, lose some.
And walked away.
He didn't repark.
Well,
No.
I had already turned the engine off. I wasn't going to start it
And
up.
by the way, I looked inside his car when I
Yeah.
got out of my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Were you gone when I discussed this?
Must have been. I
Yeah.
don't.
I think you were gone because,
Whoa.
like, when I
It's like a tornado went off in there.
Yeah, it's a granola bucket.
we had a thing because you were gone, but like when there's shows at the Keller, I used to have one of you two drop me off down there because the BTJ's office is over there, and I just leave my car here. And one day you were gone, and I asked Buck if he could drop me off, and I've ridden in the 2014 Gold Subaru, and let me tell you, it's delightful. I had a chance to ride in Buck's Subaru. Wow.
Delightful is
even-
not how you describe
Like,
it.
did you even sit in it, or did you put down like a
Look, and
towel?
I felt bad because when I brought it up on there, I thought Buck got a little sensy about it, but
Oh, I think I owned it.
Well, I know, but
applesauce stains.
I don't
and-
think you were. I didn't think you were particularly like proud of it. But I will tell you, it's
it's one of those deals where
it's
I'm just-
alarming.
I don't like it, but I'm just like, eh.
and again,
You can't really help it, can you? When you
Not
have
really.
little
I mean,
kids?
I am the primary transport in the morning of those two little hellions, and they're the best thing in the world, but they leave such a mess in their wake.
yeah,
I just kind of deal with it.
and it's hard to say anything because he's doing me a favor and he's dropping me off. But I think he could tell when I opened the door that I kind of
Oh.
like you can't hide the expression when you see it. You're like,
Oh no.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's that. And then like. I didn't want to be rude, but I kind of wanted to clear the seat because there was just
yeah.
Granola
stuff.
bits.
Fruit
yeah,
Loops?
Yeah, and then I it was just a conversation where we're like, let's not talk about this while we ride.
So
But
how's your day?
it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's disgusting.
Well, there's things happening.
I see that with my brother and his wife's car.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Because they have two kids.
Yeah.
And I've seen that enough to know that that is not indicative of the person driving.
Yeah.
Although I want to make it that way.
It's a kid.
It's really not.
It's a kid
It's the
situation.
kid. Is it possible to have a clean car when you have a kid?
See, that's the thing.
Or
I
two
think
kids?
if you saw my either my bedroom or living room or
Ooh.
kitchen, you would have a much different idea. There's not just crap everywhere.
Let's do a Buck Cribs tonight.
Ooh,
Let's do a deep dive.
Okay.
Didn't we just renovate to get rid of the asbestos?
we did.
Yeah, see?
Are you back in your house
We
yet?
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's exciting.
It's wonderful.
Nice new big kitchen
Nice
for
short
your kids to screw
commute.
up.
Yeah.
People are saying, come on, we know Rop is an otter bucket in the Clydesdale. That is true. I don't know why they didn't go Clydesdale
That's
for you.
true.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm ready to party. Who's ready to party? It's a big Wednesday.
Let's do it.
Big Wednesday program.
Let's go.
We are going to start our show today. We have not started yet with the great smelling salt banning of 2025.
What are we going to do?
What
George
are we going to do?
George Kittle may just retire.
Yeah, he's not happy.
No, he may just shut the whole damn thing down.
This is Isaac and Suk on 105.1 The Fan.
Oregon Ducks football is on the fan.
Back to throw, straight drop. Good protection, wide open. Sadiq inside.
happen, which doesn't often happen in my award-winning show prep.
Slipped by you, did it?
This one did, but I just saw the video of the grizzly bear charging at the Kraken mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, that happened. Was that a day or two ago?
Bro,
Yeah, I think it was yesterday's news.
Yeah.
that is terrifying.
Yeah, it's no good. It's right out.
So I don't know what they're doing. They're out in the middle of some river
Yeah.
They're shooting a promo, I believe.
in the woods. And he's got a couple of, I don't know, hangers on.
Yeah.
You know, the Kraken mascot, as the Kraken mascot does.
It happens.
And he's got his head on, you know, the Kraken head. And, dude, a grizzly bear from the other side of the river.
Just decides to take an interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is charging at him. Dude.
And
And then the guy in the mascot uni kind of sees it. You can tell that he's like, let's get out of here. But then he can't really see him because he's got a mascot head on.
Yeah. Of all the outfits you could have,
Yeah.
while a bear is kind of checking you out, I would think a big mascot head is about as bad as it gets. I don't even know, to be honest with you, what that. I didn't know that the Kraken
Look like that?
looked like that.
Yeah, what
Like,
even is that?
I don't know what that is, because I mean,
Is it a squid?
No,
I
it
don't-
doesn't.
well, it kind of reminds me of like the Flyers thing where it's just gritty.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a thing.
It looks like a.
The Philly Fanatic.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It just looks like an emoji that's
Yeah.
kind of evil.
But it does, because a Kraken is like a big giant sea monster. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't look like that
It doesn't
at all.
look like that.
AI says it's supposed to be a sea troll named Bowie.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh
a
my
troll.
God.
I tell you what, the grizzly bear didn't like that.
A sea troll?
Nephew of the Fremont troll, a famous Seattle sculpture.
Oh boy, dude. Sometimes they really outthink the room. Why couldn't you just have a? Never mind.
Would him having that stupid head on help him against a grizzly bear? Because then maybe the grizzly would get that head off
Yeah,
and just start going after
I
that.
think that would be the only thing is that maybe you hope it goes to the head and doesn't start clawing at you. But my guess is when that thing takes a swipe at that head, it's not good.
I think the head is what made it angry in the first place because it doesn't know maybe what it is. I would take the head off and throw it at that thing. Why do you need to keep the head on at that point? Head on a swivel.
There you go.
I will tell you right now. If I saw because they've got some other bros and they're fly fishing. If I'm in that mascot and I'm getting paid 65, 70 grand a year, whatever that mascot gets paid, and someone's like, "Hey, what's the name of the mascot?"
Bowie.
Hey, Bowie. Heads up, I'll tell you at that point, all bets are off. F you, that mascot head. I don't get hazard pay for that. And I'm with Buck. I'm punting that thing at the bear, hoping that the bear just decides that.
Or just throw the fly fisherman at him.
Yeah, tripping him.
Just shove him over.
Yeah. But I like.
They're playing with fire. Like, they're way too close to that grizzly bear, dude.
Yeah, and the bear does seem interested in what they have going on.
Yes.
So
He's like, this is my river.
I'd like to believe that some of those are professional Alaska guides, and so maybe they feel a little more, comfortable around bears. But
They've got a trank gun with them.
something, man, because
But
there
wait a
is
minute.
that bear is certainly interested in what they have going on.
Just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you're in the right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't care if you're like Bear Grylls. You should not be that close to that bear.
Probably not. That's not a real.
Now,
recipe.
that said,
it's not a recipe for success.
you probably shouldn't run or turn and run.
No, they say
right?
that's like the worst thing.
Yeah,
you
you're
can
supposed to
do.
like slowly back away.
Slowly back away, or you're supposed to act big and make a lot of noise and let it know that you're not a predator. But you're not supposed to fight back against grizzlies, brown bears, black bears. You're supposed to fight back. Fighting back against brown bears is a no-go because you're not going to win. You're just gonna piss it off. At least it seems like kind of a smaller
Crazy.
brown bear. So there's that.
Kinda, but it's charging pretty hard. Like, basically all that ends up happening, and they're really lucky, is that the bear just stopped.
Yeah.
That
look,
bear was going to take his ass out.
Look, let's be honest. Someone needed to change their waders after that. Because something tells me the sea troll hadn't spent much time up in the Alaskan River.
Now, if that bear mauls the Kraken,
Yeah.
you got to change the mascot?
Yeah, probably. Bowie. Yeah, rest in peace.
Make it a grizzly?
Yeah, rest.
Or you
Wow.
can lean into it and do
What?
bits all
Wow.
season where you're like, oh, Bowie's getting better. He's on the mend. Will he be ready for the opener? Oh, he's ready for our big rivalry game. And do a whole thing about it.
Oh, God.
That's a rough go. That's
Marketing.
A rough go. I will tell you that, and I don't know if you can't like maybe you can't do this because it's like an NHL team, but like I grew up fishing in those rivers, and I can assure you at no point did we go into any of those rivers where my dad did not have a hand cannon on a shoulder harness. That wasn't one of those that you like kept on the hip. No, the old man Sukanic had a 357 and he had a 44, and one of those was strapped to him at all times. He also brought a flare gun and bear mace. My dad didn't mess around. I was a little surprised that no one up there, no one had anything.
Or maybe they did and we just didn't
They
see
probably
it.
And
did.
that's why I was wondering if maybe someone, that when the bear turned around, there might have been an off camera of someone firing a couple warning shots up in the air telling the bear that, yeah, we're good here.
Meanwhile, all the salmon are rooting on the bear. They're like, yeah, get him
Take that some bitch
for
out.
once. Anyway, I just caught that.
That may be the end of mascot fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what bit they were trying
Or
to
at least
do. but-
promo shooting in Alaska.
Yeah.
Can they make that part of the promo?
They got some footage.
They got it on
where
film.
Bowie buoys his pants at the side of that? I don't know what river they're at, but you do when you're up there. You do. And I've never been like, I've never had a bear charge at me, but you certainly see them across the river. But for the most part, you give them a healthy space, and you let them know, just you're not any sort of threat. Most of the time, people get mauled. It's you either come across a bear that's killed something, or you turn a corner and you run into a mom and the cubs, and then mom decides that
Then you pick up a cub and run. Is that a good idea?
that's probably not the best of ideas.
Shove down your friend.
Or you get some idiot that wants to get close to him because he thinks they're majestic, and you're like, yeah, it's not the best of ideas.
They're smelly. You don't want to get close to them. They got bad breath, man.
Yeah, I'm not interested in. Like I said, I've been close, not close enough, and that's good for me.
Well, we've blown through the segment. So up next, why George Kittle is distraught. We're all distraught.
Yeah. What kind of world are we living in where this?
No kidding. Where are our freedoms going?
What are the troops even fighting for?
Here's Buck with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan in Major League Baseball. Lots of action on the diamond already today. The Mariners entering the day 3 games back of the Astros. The Astros, though, right now are trailing to the Marlins in Miami 5-2 at last check. Mariners playing later tonight. They're looking to beat the White Sox once again at T-Mobile. It's George Kirby on the hill for Seattle, while Jonathan Cannon takes the hill for the Pinstripes. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
So before we get to smelling salts talk,
Yeah.
I was just watching baseball again, and they just pointed out that the Blue Jays, we were talking about them beating the Rockies today 20-1.
It's a bit of a mercy rule right there.
Yeah, the Blue Jays just set a record in baseball history.
What do we got?
No one has ever done this.
They always say when you go to a baseball stadium, you could see something never done before.
This is part of why I love baseball.
Yeah. It's always a little something.
The Toronto Blue Jays, out of nowhere, because the Royals just took 2 or 3 from them.
Okay.
They have scored 45 runs in 3 games, which has been done. But they set a record with 63 hits and 13 home runs in 3 games in Colorado. No team has ever done that over a 3-game span in the history of baseball.
Good Lord. Run that by me one more time, those numbers.
63 hits and 13 home runs in 3 games.
Good grief.
No team has
21 hits a game.
ever done that.
Yeah.
No, wild.
That is wild.
Which
Those
is
Blue Jays.
more than 2 hits an inning.
There's another thing I love about baseball is we just kept jocking the Dodgers. This season was all about, the Dodgers, and the Yankees,
They'll still win the World Series, by the way.
Dodgers, Yankees, whatever. They're all hurt. Whatever. You know who the 3 best teams are?
What? They
Toronto, Milwaukee, and Detroit.
Yeah.
That's what I love about baseball.
And Milwaukee was good last year, but no one saw, I don't think anyone saw Detroit or Toronto coming.
Yeah.
Certainly in that division.
Right in the butt.
The Orioles, that's one of the most disappointing stories in all of baseball, is Baltimore.
So George Kittle's pissed off.
Yeah. He said he was going to retire, but he won't.
Well, he was joking
I know.
about that.
Yeah.
But how does George Kittle replace smelling salts? He wants to know.
I don't know. I don't know why you would. Why would you ban this?
Well,
it makes no sense.
I'll tell you why. So the NFL has banned smelling salts.
Okay.
And George Kittle interrupted the set on NFL Network. Fred Warner, his teammate, was being interviewed.
Yeah.
And
he crashed the interview.
He crashed the interview to say, "Hey, smelling salts, bleh. Taylor Swift, bleh." According to the league sent a memo to the teams and it said, according to the memo, beginning this season, teams are prohibited from providing or supplying ammonia in any form. This includes ammonia capsules, inhalers, ammonia in a cup, or any form of smelling salts.
Now, they said the team can't provide them. Can the players bring their own?
Well,
I just heard that that the NFL had banned them, but according to that says the teams can't supply them. What if I supplied them myself?
In 2024, so they're saying that the memo sent out is because of the FDA warnings issued last year.
Really, we're now concerned.
Yeah, the FDA.
And what did the FDA? Thanks a lot, Obama. What did we?
Yeah, that's totally Fauci.
Yeah, what did we? But the vaccine's okay, but not smelling salts.
In 2024, the FDA issued a warning to companies that produce commercially available ammonia inhalants. They call those AIs, Chase.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
As well as to consumers about the purchase and use of AIs regarding the lack of evidence supporting the safety or efficacy of AIs marketed for improving mental alertness or boosting energy. The FDA noted potential negative effects from AI use. AIs also have the potential to mask certain neurological signs and symptoms, including some potential signs of concussion.
I'm still confused. They keep saying potential harm, so we don't know that they're harmful. They may be harmful, but we don't know in which ways they're harmful.
As a result, the NFL Head, Neck, and Spine Committee recommended prohibiting the use of AIs for any purpose.
For God's sakes. I love how the NFL, you play a sport that literally kills people. It takes years off their life. And you're adding more games. You're going to go to 18 games. And yet now we're like, well, oh, and by the way, you can get doped on whatever sort of painkiller or anti-inflammatory you want. That's great. Toradol shots for everyone. Painkillers make the league go round. God forbid you got a drinking problem, because that's okay. But smelling salts is where we draw the line. Cool rules, everybody. Awesome.
So what's George Kittle to do?
I don't know. Smelling salts are great. I used them every game.
And Kittle says he uses them every drive.
Yeah. You just, I still use them sometimes. Every now and then I order them off like Amazon, and they're good. Like if you're getting ready to do something, you want a little chutzpah. It's just a little white tablet, and you crack it, and then you kind of shake it, and it turns pink, and you put it under your nose and give it a little of that. Wake you up in the morning. Maybe if you're going for a long car drive and it's night and you're feeling a little drowsy, again, gonna wake you up a little bit.
Baker Mayfield is also unhappy. He says, not sure why. I think the reasoning was that it masked concussion symptoms, but if you get knocked out, which is the whole purpose of smelling salts, it's to wake you up. You're not allowed back in the game. I think it was a quick trigger to ban them just to kind of cover your ass.
Yes.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
He said, you just got to bring your own juice to the party. Got to wake up ready to go.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm going to be severely affected, to be honest with you, said Mayfield.
It's just dumb. It's
Severely affected? What does he mean by that?
Well,
Well, again, here's all I'm saying is if you're used to doing it and like you're George Kittle, you use it every drive, look, you'll be fine. George Kittle will adjust, but it does suck. If you're used to doing a little something to kind of pick you up, you know what also people do for this? They rip Zins. So, like,
Dan Lanning
yeah,
style.
throw a Zinner up there and that'll do the same thing. That'll alert you. That'll wake you up a little bit. So,
What about a little bump?
well, there you go.
Is that illegal?
I think that's legal.
Oh,
Yeah. Someone just got dinged for
really?
yeah.
In the NFL?
Yeah, they got 3 games for the policy.
Well, Jordan Addison, but his was DUI and reckless driving. Was that?
No, someone else.
Did Diggs get it for the pink powder on the boat?
Someone got yeah, he had the cocus. No, someone God, now I got to look it up. Someone got 3 games for the substance abuse policy. So no, you cannot do a little bump. But I do find the NFL very hypocritical when they talk about player safety and they're banning smelling salts, but they're going to 18 games.
Brandon Jacobs said he did a bump before high school games and went off.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
In high school, huh?
Yep.
it'll wake you up.
17.
Well, the amount of players that, and I don't know if they've cracked down on it, but dude,
Suddenly we start talking about cocaine. Look who just showed up in the other room.
oh, convenient,
It's Dusty Hair, everybody.
dude. Adderall and amphetamines, that was another one that just, and then they banned it, so everyone got therapeutic. I think at one point, if I'm not mistaken, there was like 200 and something. It's like 240 medical exemptions for Adderall from NFL players.
So the old greenies they used to pop,
yeah,
those were amphetamines,
they're
right?
amphetamines, yeah. And those were fine when I played, so everyone.
Well, I was going to say, was that a
Yeah.
great decision to ban them? I mean, probably, right?
Yeah, I would guess. I mean, it is,
Yeah.
it is pumping.
So-
it is pumping the old.
But I'm
heart.
sure at the time, Pete Rose threw a fit.
This is outrageous. But
I mean, those guys lived on those
Yeah,
things. You talk to
yes.
any player from the 60s and 70s, they'll tell you, dude, we lived on greenies.
Well, I kind of caught the tail end of the Wild Wild West because, like, I remember being like with the Denver Broncos, and we'd be in the locker room, and this is why I always laugh when people are like, "Well, these athletes know everything that goes into their body." No, they don't. You would get like a week into camp, and people would just be dragging ass, and someone would have something in their locker, and someone would be like, "Dude, what's that?" And they're like, "It helps me wake up."
No.
And they're like, "Dude, really?" And like, "Yeah, give me 12." And dudes would just be taking handfuls simply because someone else had them.
Yeah, Brandon Jacobs said he ran for 338 yards and 4 touchdowns after doing bumps before a high school game.
Well, there you go.
Huh. I wonder what he would have ran for if he didn't do the bumps. Maybe 400 yards.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying, bro?
yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just because he had a good game, maybe he
Y'all
didn't
buy some drugs.
have
Trust
his
me.
best game.
That's not the first nor will be the last time a professional athlete went out on cocaine.
Marshawn Lynch used to have Hennessy.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
There was I don't know if we can say who it was.
Hennessy. That can't help you play.
No, that
Like,
can't.
It was more of a ritual. Than
Yeah,
it was
that
a
was-
performance enhancer.
Maurice Claret, when he was with the Broncos, he got busted. He was putting Grey Goose in a water
yeah,
bottle.
that's right.
That didn't work. We had a reporter for the Blazers that back in the Jail Blazer days, and he would find find white powdery substances around the locker room, and then he would have to inform like the team, like you might want to, before the rest of the reporters notice, you might want to. You might want to get that wiped up a little bit, and then
It's
there
flour.
would be a towel. Talc. It's that, yeah. In the bathroom in a little line. Yeah, just erase it. You know, it's, dude. If you don't think that there is massive drug use going on at every level in every sport, but yeah, we're gonna take a hardline stance against.
Well, there was another. I mean, let's go to the baseballs again,
Yeah.
and that was the Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs who died.
Yeah,
And it turns out the Angels, I think it was one of their trainers,
give it to him.
was supplying guys around the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, painkillers.
That's why Wade Miley was another one. Remember he got popped
Yep.
for this? You ever seen pictures of Wade Miley? You know what he looks like?
No, I can't say that I do.
Dude, you got to respect Wade Miley because he
I remember what
actually is a
used to look like.
pretty decent pitcher, but look at his face. Dude, the circles and the
Oh,
bags,
yeah,
like,
well.
dude, that's a drug addict if I've ever seen one. And apparently he was getting all this stuff just like Tyler Skaggs and throwing one-hitters.
Well, we had
That
a
dude's in prison, isn't he?
I think not.
Is
We-
he not?
I don't think so.
and this is every team, but we had our own we had our own pharmacy. You didn't have to leave the locker room. So you just walk into your pharmacy and like you go to the training room and then next door to go to the pharmacy, and then you would mix and match with other teammates. There was one poor kid at Oklahoma, and I know it did start a little bit of a discussion, and I think they've gotten better. I know some NFL team doctors got in trouble because they weren't writing prescriptions. They were just handing out pills on planes, which everyone did. And now I think they actually make you have a prescription before you get something. But there was the kid at Oklahoma, I think he was a linebacker, and he died. And it was from pills. And I'd have to look it up, but I want to say he had 6 or 7 different prescriptions, like legitimate medical prescriptions written by people associated with the athletic, department. My man had like 6 different pain prescriptions. Someone might want to do some due diligence on that. But it was just, drugs used to be the dirty secret. And I'm not close enough with it now to know whether it's completely cleaned up, but leagues, especially the NFL, don't exist without painkillers and anti-inflammatories and smelling salts. And your body can't handle 17 to 18 weeks. It can't. Everyone needs something to get through. And that's where I find it a little hypocritical, where they start trying to pretend that, there is a straight line when that line is crooked as all get out. That's scoliosis line.
So Wade Miley is not in prison. However, he is accused in testimony because the Skaggs family is suing the Angels.
Okay.
Because Tyler Skaggs OD'd.
But it wasn't Miley supplying it. Was the
The Skaggs family is suing the Angels. In court testimony, it has come out that Miley was Skaggs' supplier.
Oh.
They were teammates. Actually, you know who else gets named in that and actually testified was Matt Harvey.
Oh,
Because Harvey was
he
was doing drugs.
Yeah.
He was teammates with Skaggs in Anaheim.
The Oklahoma linebacker that I was talking about, his name was Austin Box, and he had 5 different prescription painkillers written to him and an anti-anxiety drug, all in his system. So
no criminal charges for Miley, but he's involved in the case.
yeah, and that's what I said. Like,
So if you look at three pitchers, Skaggs, Miley, and Matt Harvey, because they were not all on the same team.
Yeah.
Right. So if you think about that,
Yeah.
it's like the steroid thing.
it all goes around.
It's like you wonder how many other pitchers
Yeah.
or ball players
Yeah.
were involved there's 3 that have been outed because one died.
Yeah.
And there's a lawsuit. But you wonder how far those tentacles
The
stretched.
answer to that question is very, very, very far.
Maybe that's why your Mets lost the 2015 World Series to my Royals.
So the trainer is doing 22 years in federal prison.
Matt Harvey was on that team, was he not? That was the year that they brought him, or it was the controversial game where they left him in.
Yeah, so maybe there was something to that. Although if drug use prohibited winning a World Series, then the '86 Mets would have never won.
No, wait, they took him out. I think it was that they took him out,
Took him out. Yeah, I don't.
and then they lost,
Yeah.
and he wanted to stay in.
Look, then how about this?
Is
Cocaine,
that what it was?
cocaine and painkillers and drug abuse led to a World Series for the Mets, and it cost them a World Series. So I
Yeah.
say that's a push.
By the way, that trainer convicted of distributing fentanyl to Skaggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his last name? K.
Eric K is his
K,
name.
yeah.
He's doing 22 years.
And so
now.
he's the one that has phone conversations of talking about Miley supplying Skaggs.
Sure.
I wonder if he's like trying to deflect the blame or something. I don't know.
Well, again, it's never as simple as when you're dealing with this. You're right. I mean, it's just different tentacles. He wasn't just supplying one guy, or you find someone that has a connection and then you go through them, and it's just
But go look at Wade Miley's. Seriously, go Google image Wade
Yeah,
Miley.
I did.
Dude, that is pill face.
Yeah, he looks terrible.
He looks awful.
Yeah.
And he's always looked that way.
Well, Matt Harvey had that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt got fat.
Yeah,
And
he got fat and had the big bags and, kind of fell apart.
so how should we feel about Rich Hill?
You mean Dick Mountain?
Dude, Rich Hill's back for the Royals. He's like 45 years old.
Yeah.
He has always looked. Have you seen those bags under his eyes, dude?
Well, he's doing
He looks wasted out
he's
there.
doing something right. He's pitching when he's 45.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Although he gave up 6 runs the other day.
Yeah, well, he is 45.
Well, he's collecting a paycheck. All right, there is hot sports drug talk, ladies and gentlemen. No more smelling salts. What will the NFL players do? Baker Mayfield is distraught. George Kittle's going to retire. It's a mess.
I think we're going to stop.
Perhaps there's a betting angle that Buck can get in on there.
Believe me, if there is an angle there for Kittle's unders at the start of the season, Buckley's going to find it.
Ooh, good handicap.
All right.
We have to focus.
I know we do. Trying.
Can't just talk about,
Drugs.
the entire time. Wouldn't it be great if we just said the all drug, hey, whatever, man. Do whatever you want.
I don't think that would be great, Jason.
Thunderdome. Won't someone think of the children? Weren't they going to do that? Wasn't someone holding? Someone was going to hold an Olympic like games and was going to allow all the drugs.
Yeah, like the steroid games or something.
Yeah, that was a real thing.
They
There
were
was
like,
some,
just let people get juiced out of their minds and then
Yeah.
see what they can
there
do.
was some American swimmer that had won like a bronze or whatever that said he was training for it and he was taking a bunch of stuff. Dude, he looked like the GD Incredible Hulk. I don't know if any of that ever happened, but there was someone that was planning on doing that.
Where does this guy rank among the top quarterbacks of the last 25 years? That is next on The Fan.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. Are we as a city going to be willing to spend public money?
Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Someone saying the smelling salt sales must be skyrocketing. That is true.
Oh, guaranteed.
This is probably the best thing to happen to smelling salts. Were people not aware of smelling salts? Was that not a common?
I don't think it's a regular person thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a sports thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure they use them in boxing.
Yeah.
They use them in
because we
MMA.
have. Yeah, we have them at our
Yeah.
at our gyms. If you know.
As a fairly average human.
You know, do it before a golf round.
I make a couple bogeys.
Dude, it might help, right? You're in a little bit of a slump. Maybe you got an early morning tea time, and you know the swing isn't working that well.
Breakfast ball, breakfast bump.
Rob,
Usually it's the other way.
I'm gonna bring you a couple, just so you know.
All
Try
right.
it out before a big putt.
All right. That's awesome. I get to the 18th green. I got $1,000 putt.
Focus
Yeah.
up, man.
I was like, guys, hold on one sec.
I got him.
Drano.
If I brought you one, will you please try it on the golf course? I would love
Sure.
to. I would love to hear your thoughts before you rip a drive.
Put an extra 50 yards on that bad boy.
I've never done a smelling salt.
Yeah, you know, it's a one-time thing. You just throw it away. They don't last very long. But yeah, I am intrigued because I've used them 1,000 times. I've never used them on a golf course, and now I kind of want. And it's probably not good on my golf game is not going to affect it one way or another. But an actual real golfer, I'm intrigued.
Well, I know a lot of bros who are really, really good players,
Yeah.
like win tournament type players,
Yeah,
who drink in order to, because golf's a very nervy game.
yeah.
They do a lot of drinking
Yeah.
to get to a place where they
Yeah, you find that
are nice
weird-
and
yeah, that
level.
which is fascinating. to
It is
me.
fascinating. It's probably, I mean, it's definitely not healthy, but I know
No.
a lot of bros who do it.
Yeah, yeah,
And I also know a lot of dudes who hit the J out there.
yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
calm. Yeah,
they want the other way.
Yeah.
They're like they're just nice and
Calm it down.
calm and
yeah.
yeah.
Golf is a weird.
flow state.
Yeah, golf is a weird. Hey, that is a good one. Is there another sport that has a flow state as casual as golf?
Yeah,
Like-
golf's just this. You're always riding this line of just relax, but also focus. You know, it's really hard to ride that line.
And there's not a lot of significant exertion. You know what I mean? Like you're
No.
walking, you're swinging, but you're not like it's not like you're running around. So like you can try to walk that line a little bit.
That's true, but
surfing. Maybe?
there are so many,
Oh, bro.
bruh. There are so many people in golf who swing out of their shoes.
Yeah,
Right? Like
yeah.
there isn't a lot of physical exertion, obviously, but it's amazing how many guys try to hit it 800 miles.
Yeah.
That's like that's the opposite of
the
what you
opposite,
should be
yeah.
doing.
Yeah, that's just it is a uniquely
Bro.
yeah, it's a uniquely formulated sport. I just don't know if there's anything else quite like it. This is why you see so many dudes struggle with it from it's the same, it's the only thing, it's not moving, it's right there.
The
You just have-
ball is not moving. It's the
No.
only sport where the ball is not moving. Am
Yeah.
I right about that?
I think so. And you have to just, all you have to do is repeat the same thing
Yeah.
over and over again and you'll be fine.
Just do that.
Just do that. You've done 1,000 times.
All right.
Ah.
All right. Well, now we have to break.
Again?
Yes.
That's
Well,
correct.
We gotta take a drug break.
Where does this guy rank
Oh yeah, we're gonna rank somebody.
among the top 25
can't-
college football
Ooh.
quarterbacks
Ooh.
of the last 25 years? Now,
I can't wait to rank guys.
I saw a list, and I tell you what,
We're still in that.
tell you
We're
what,
still in that segment of the year where we're like,
tell you what, little low,
little low.
little low.
Guys being dudes.
We will get to that next on 105.1 The Fan.
Number one's Vince Young.
Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan on the Diamond tonight, the Mariners hosting the White Sox again at T-Mobile. George Kirby on the mound for the M's. Jonathan Cannon gets the start for the Sox. First pitch is at 6:40 on the MLB Network. Elsewhere in the AL, the Red Sox have signed rookie outfielder Roman Anthony to an 8-year contract extension. The deal is for $130 million, but contains another $100 million in performance escalators or incentives. In New York, Guardian starter Gavin Williams nearly no hits the Mets. Juan Soto breaks it up with the homer late, while Williams gives up just one hit over 8 2/3 in Cleveland's 4-1 win. And the Seahawks kick off their preseason tomorrow night right here on The Fan when they host Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders. They'll kick it off at 7. Our coverage starts right here on The Fan at 5 o'clock. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Primetime with Isaac and Souk.
What do girls want anyway? Well, apparently not total losers. We're pretty good at basketball. Yeah, as long as we don't have to run or jump or dribble or nothing.
Isaac Robb.
Hey, you guys up for a little game?
Sure.
Well, let's make it interesting. Say $20.
How about 50?
You're on.
Jason Sukanik.
Dude, we don't have $50. We don't have 20.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
What the hell's up with that? We win, and they get the chips. That sucks, dude.
105.1 and 1080.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's jobs. We gotta get jobs. Then we get the khakis. Then we get the chicks.
The Fan.
All right.
Can I just say sometimes...
Welcome back.
Sometimes Twitter is the worst place on earth, and sometimes it's the best.
Oh, what do we got?
So
Should we brace ourselves?
no, it's just that
I thought you were laughing at our open there. That was a really nice open.
That
The
was a nice
basketball
open.
open there.
Thank you.
But
from,
Polly Market Sports, who I
Buckley.
follow on Twitter, just announced that the WNBA for tonight is instituting a no bag policy. You're not going to be allowed to take any bags because obviously last night there was another
Incident.
There was another incident. Another penis rocket was launched onto the court.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Why is this funny?
it's the best thing.
Why?
Because it's
dumb.
It's not. I can't get enough of it, and I find it hilarious. I also find how Jason Swigard today was losing his mind.
He was
Swaggy
upset
poops?
over it.
Swag
Why?
was like, they need to start doing real jail time. They got to start cracking down. Swag, are you not familiar with the way the law works? You can't just decide to send someone to prison because they threw a penis onto a basketball court. He's like, this is just ridiculous.
We've given away too much to arrive at these political
But, like,
compromises.
Sophie Cunningham, who, by the way, is only famous because she's hot and has leaned into being Caitlin Clark's
well, isn't
friend.
she the one? Oh, she's Caitlin Clark's friend?
Yeah, she's the
She
friend.
was
I
the
thought
one who
she
like
was
bodied
the
girl.
enforcer. Yeah, that's right.
Well,
That's
she figured out that there's some money to be made here.
Yes,
But
not stupid.
Got a podcast now.
But she tweeted out. She tweeted out the night before, "Stop throwing D's at us. Someone's gonna get hurt." And she got hit in the foot with it. And she retweeted, or she put below it, "This didn't age well." She's leaning into it and is laughing. Everyone's acting like this is the worst thing that ever happened. Grow up.
The other thing I saw from Polly Market Sports is now the handle on prop betting for whether that will happen again has exceeded the handle on the actual WNBA games tonight.
Oh, man.
It was Polly Market Sports saying no bag policy was implemented for tonight's WN games in an attempt to crack down on the D throwers. And of course, 8,000 replies of fans arriving at the gate, and then it's got Kramer limp walking. Every meme about there's another way to get that into the game without using a bag. And it's just a series of just...
Is there anyone in the WNBA office who thinks this is funny?
I hope so. Just, if you wouldn't make... The reason why this is a big deal is because you have made it that.
I'm imagining the meetings that they're having at their headquarters and what those must be like these last couple days.
I guess I just don't really get why it's funny. And I don't want to be that guy. But why is that funny?
Well, it's just childish humor.
It's-
Why are fart drops funny?
Exactly.
It's like that.
It's the dumbest, most childish thing, and the fact that it's caught on, and now an entire league is like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. And Swigard's crawling for major prison time, and people are like, well, I can't take this league serious. Really? This is why you can't take the league seriously? It's because someone's throwing a green penis onto a court.
Hold on, everybody.
Is it always green?
Yeah, it's always green.
So far,
So
three
far-
lime
so far.
green.
All three green.
And
apparatus.
someone attempted a fourth, but they didn't make it to the court.
That's right.
It hit someone in the back.
Oh.
Just the idea.
So are they going after the people that are
I
doing
think,
this?
I think one person got caught and they got-
Arrested?
well, they kicked him out of the stadium, and
Well, they have to do something that's enough of a deterrent, because the more they talk about it not being okay and then there not being any actual consequence, it's just going to keep happening.
But again, this was why I could believe Swag was so mad. Like I thought someone had kicked Swag's dog when I tuned in this morning. Again, you don't get to decide what someone is prosecuted. Like if I came to your house and I threw a sex toy on your lawn, you don't get to be like, that's
I'm calling
it.
the cops.
Calling the cops. Prison time.
I'm gonna
no, but
tell
could you
them
do
to
something
arrest-
where you're like, any projectile thrown at the floor of any kind, popcorn, a drink,
Yeah, you get
a
kicked
penis
out.
rocket, $10,000 fine. Could you do that?
Again, that's not the way the system works.
I'm just asking if they could as a private business, if they could reserve that.
All right, so now we're at the point where
I'm just asking the question: what can they do as
so
a
if I go into a
deterrent?
McDonald's, now you're asking whether or not McDonald's can be like, if you spill a drink, that's a $5,000 fine.
I
Are
think
we
those
not
a little bit
familiar?
different.
Like again, people in Detroit for years have been throwing octopus on the ice.
Well, the fans want them throwing octopus on the ice, and the players do too.
The other teams don't. So if you go to a Red Wings game in Pittsburgh and you throw an octopus on the ice, they can kick you out of the stadium. Maybe they can grab you for littering. But these dumbasses, no offense, Swag, thinking that you're gonna, we need some real consequences. You don't get to make up your own laws. And the only reason this is a big deal is because everyone's pearl clutching and being like, oh my, at least Sophie Cunningham, I'll give her credit. At least she laughed about it and then made a joke. I was like, well, that didn't age well.
Well, the social media sphere is being hard on the WNBA. It's taken a lot of L's over there for the last couple years, has it
Yes.
not?
Yes.
I mean, you got this, you've got the Angel Reese stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people
white.
are cracking a lot of people are cracking jokes at the expense of the WNBA.
Yes.
And while I believe this to be a pretty dumb bit, I mean, it's just dumb. It's not funny. I don't. It's stupid. Whatever. I do think there is this weird sort of piling on of the WNBA right now, and people are really enjoying that. And I don't really know why. I guess maybe it's...
I think there are some people out there that think that the WNBA has gotten too big.
Yeah, like maybe they take themselves a little too seriously.
They take themselves a little too seriously. That it's like the whole, when they wore the shirts that say "Pay us what you owe us," there was a huge backlash because they've never made the league has never turned a profit, and so the league has exploded now and it's getting media attention, but it doesn't make a lot of money, and the players have kind of become stars, but a lot of them have become stars for stuff off the court. And I do think that there's some male knuckle dragging,
So you think it is rooted in sexism?
I think there's a lot of that, yes.
That's sad.
I think there's a lot of who the hell are you to get all crowned up when you have a league that no one's cared about, no one's ever paid any attention to, it's never made money. I think
Who the hell are you?
I think the Caitlin Clark thing has polarized because most people believe that she's kind of the catalyst behind this, and then she got a lot of hate from the established players. So it really is a polarized sort of line right now. And my guess is, you're right, the immature people that are throwing the Jolly Green Giants out there on the court, the problem with banning, I'm guessing those people aren't WNBA fans. I'm guessing you have I'm guessing you have very immature people that are like, oh no, you're going to ban me from WNBA games forever. Oh, well, I'm still going to go out and huck this.
It's like the streaker who goes out at a game. Like, they don't care about getting thrown out of the game. They just want the attention.
Yeah.
Text line, China and Dubai building cities of the future. And here in America, we're throwing rubber dongs at athletes. We have regressed as a nation.
And I guess that's, I mean, to say it's funny, the whole thing is just absurd. I guess that's my...
Yes.
They're making the WNBA kind of a joke.
Yes.
And the WNBA doesn't know how to handle it.
Yes.
And I don't know. Listen, I don't want to be that guy, but I think it's dumb. And
So what's the playbook for them?
For who?
The WNBA.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
The playbook is the playbook is to ignore
Sex toy night?
Jesus.
What?
The playbook is to annoy it. Treat it like streakers, right? You don't show it on TV, right? You don't make a big deal out of it, right? You find the people that are doing it.
It's going viral, though.
You kick them out and you stop giving people the red meat. We talk about this all the time. When you lean into something and you try to put your finger in like this is not going to be allowed, it's going to make it worse. You're giving them what they want. And now we've got Betty Markets on it, and it's become like this big entity. It's a little bit like the Angel Reese hate. Like when people came out and were like, this is ridiculous. You respect Angel Reese. That doesn't do anything. You can't control people with an iron fist. It's not going to work. And the more they fight back against this, so put your safety measures in place, right? Try to start catching some people, kick them out. When it happens, cut away from it for the camera. Don't give them your TV moment on there, and just try to eventually
move on.
Eventually, like everything else, because you mentioned, even though you say it's dumb, yet you're smiling and chuckling right now.
I'm smiling and chuckling at I was actually laughing at a text.
Yeah,
but
there's some funny stuff out there.
But it's not a funny bit in any way. It's really not. It's just dumb. And this is going to actually make me a WNBA fan. Like
Well, there you go.
I don't care about the WNBA. But I also think it's really lame.
Yeah, you don't need to be
that
mocking
so many people are mocking it when it's picking up steam.
It's picking up
like
great
people
steam.
like it.
Yes.
So let people. I don't know. I just think that's a weird part of humanity that we can't handle when someone else likes something that we may not.
Yeah.
And we can't dude, grow up. Let the WNBA exist without throwing rubber penises onto its hardwood. God.
What we need is the WNBA fans to start throwing rubber penises at the NFL and be like, "You like that?
So
you like that?"
Well, that's a texter says
Yeah,
is,
someone
this being a female sport.
Yeah.
That's why this is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Because this does happen in the NFL because NFL fans are rubes.
Bills fans threw it at a Patriots.
They did it.
game.
Yeah. I think it's happened a couple of times and people laugh and they move on. But the WNBA, it's become a thing because it's a female sport.
Yes. I will say that the WNBA is going through some growing pains and that for the first time they're getting some attention. And I don't think they've handled all the attention well. I think the commissioner has bungled a lot of things. And this is kind of another one where it just, I don't know, you've really drawn a polarized line here. And you have the people that want to make it a joke and the other people like Swag that are calling for capital punishment for the dong throwers. This is not going to stand.
I bet then it would stop. Capital punishment?
Probably would.
Edward,
I got Buckley. Can't you just fine him $10,000?
No, what I was asking is what can they do as a deterrent to make it stop that's enough that would make people say, oh, I better not because this could happen.
I just feel like
nothing.
You just have to ignore it. Yeah. You cannot make it bigger than it is. Yeah. Move on. Highlight the good stuff that's happening out there and
get the people, kick them out.
Don't make a scene of it in the stadium because that's what these dummies want.
That's what they want.
Just move on.
Yeah, when you get 20,000 or 10, however many people are going, it's really hard to please 20,000 people. You can get a bad apple. And hopefully this just runs its course and, don't give it the attention.
Yeah, I was laughing at the text from Edward who said, it's funny that Suk is telling people who are saying to stop throwing Didos on the court to grow up and not the people who are actually throwing Didos on the court.
How about this?
LOL.
Yeah. Everyone from the throwers to the pearl clutchers, grow up, right? That's the whole thing. The act of doing it is ridiculous. And the response is also ridiculous that you're making this out to be. Again, the Bills Mafia has done this. They throw penises and it's not really, and it does happen. It's not as, I don't know, for what maybe it's just because it's the NFL and it's males, but this is not a huge deal. And yet somehow with the WNBA, maybe it's the color green. That's what it is. If it was flesh colored, no one would care, but it's neon green. And it's crazy that, as Buck pointed out, this betting market for the penis throw bet market has taken over.
It's a bigger market than the games themselves.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Although I don't think a lot of people are betting on the WNBA.
Yeah.
No.
But so the Fire are coming to town, We've got the WNBA coming to Portland.
Start buying.
What fan personality is most likely the Dido culprit? Would it be, in a stunning turn of events, Jason Swigart?
Oh
in
my
disguise.
God, wouldn't that be something?
What do you think?
Swag pulls it out of the overcoat and just hucks it. I don't know.
It's always the one yelling the loudest about not doing it.
I don't know if we have someone capable of a D throw. Do we?
Well, I mean, you come to mind, but
what? Really?
Well, you're the one saying it's funny.
First off, I stand by that. The reaction to it is funnier than the throw, but I do find myself with some of the responses cackling. First off, I'm not buying a penis.
Well, just take it out of your drawer.
Honey, I'll be. And you know what happened?
Hey, can you get those back? Like the hat trick?
I think those get donated. I think those are gone.
I think that's weird. Is that true? When you throw a hat on
It's gone.
ice,
Yeah,
you can't get it back?
No, they donate them.
I think that's weird.
I thought I heard there was a place, at least in San Jose at Sharks games, that you could go like a freight entrance to the back of the arena, and
they
the end
put
of the
them all
game,
out there.
You could just go back,
go
and
grab your hat.
But I don't know if
That's what
everyone
I
does.
thought,
I don't know if it's common or not.
No, because you could take any hat that isn't yours.
But if they were all thrown, and I mean, I guess you could,
unless they made a recent adjustment to that, because I knew people that actually ran buildings, and I've asked that question, and as far as I know, all of those get rounded up and they get sent to like a Goodwill or whatever, they get donated. And then most of the time they offer, when someone scores a hat trick at the end of the game, they do like a BOGO or a 50% off all hats
at their merch store.
At the merch store to encourage you to go buy a new hat.
I'm gonna have to go to Goodwill and pick up my own hat.
Someone's saying maybe Dirt would throw the
would
dildo.
he?
I don't know.
I could see it.
He said he couldn't stop laughing about it this morning. But laughing at it wouldn't mean that you're gonna do it. I mean,
Or would it?
I'm chuckled, but there's zero chance I would ever throw one. I mean, that's just, I'm not, that takes a lot of effort and planning. I'm not doing that.
Your show's better than this.
Is it?
Guess we'll find out.
I
WNBA is
really
coming.
enjoy the show. Thank you. Bye.
Just grenade toss it. I think the thing is, after you toss it, you just turn and run. You don't even let them, like,
yeah, because you got to get out the building before they can identify
exactly.
you.
Like that's you're a phantom at that point. You just pull the pin on it, you huck it Vietnam style, and then you just turn and you run.
The only thing you see that happens is on social media later.
All right. Well, there goes another Seggy. But worthwhile, I guess, to discuss. It is happening in the sports world. Very timely.
It's the biggest thing happening right now.
It kind of
in the
is.
WNBA.
Topical.
Yeah.
Where does this guy rank? Top 25 quarterbacks of the last 25 years. Next on The Fan.
He's Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well, my Marlins are continuing to prove that
You're red hot.
they are, well, they're just, I tout them, and then all of a sudden they just let the Astros do whatever they want.
still
And we
winning,
all
aren't
hate
they?
the Astros.
They're still winning.
They're still winning.
They are, but the bases are it's 6-4,
yeah.
and the bases are loaded with the Astros trailing by 2,
One out.
and they have the bases loaded in the 8th.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt a grand slam is coming.
Yeah, I feel another Marlin loss.
I mean, it's like we're a jinx. Like Jock Peterson, we start making fun of Jock Peterson. There's another run. Ooh.
Oh, I got him. Boy, that seemed a little.
He looked safe.
He looked safe to me.
We make fun of Jock Peterson. He instantly hits a home run to tie a baseball game.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was watching the Rangers play the Yankees today, and they said he has now reached base 6 straight times. The second we make fun of him, he can't be stopped.
You go on here and you tout the Marlins as some sort of
and now
streaky team. I think they've lost 3 in a row since you've said that.
Yeah.
Now they're getting ready to blow this.
And then you get out there, you're like, Jim Knowles, who cares? Bleh. Next day, article, mad scientist, greatest free agent in college football. Yeah, he's out. He doesn't have to tag him.
Is his foot on the
He's out, dude.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have to tag him.
You guys want to watch us watch baseball?
Sorry, we got distracted. Well, when it's
they
a
get
close,
to listen to us watch
when it's
baseball.
a
Even
close
better.
play like that, you get roped into it. All right, get to your dumb quarterback thing.
Oh, it's not dumb. I think it's interesting. Where do you have Marcus Mariota among the top 25 college quarterbacks of the past 25 years? Because I saw a list, and he is pretty low.
Okay, well,
to me, he is. Do you want to guess where he is on the list? And then guess the guys ahead of him.
Okay, you said
and this is just college career.
Just college career, last 25 years.
Correct.
So you said he's pretty low.
Well, I mean, I thought he'd be higher, but maybe
Okay.
I'm wrong. This is why I'm bringing it up.
Okay, so he's not going to be. There's no way he's like in the 20s.
No.
But he's not going to be top 10 if you said he's pretty low. I'll say like 13.
He is 10th.
Okay.
So name the 9 ahead of him.
Okay, well, Joe Burrow's ahead of him.
He's number 1.
Vince Young will be ahead of him.
Number 3.
Is Jaden Daniels ahead of him?
No.
Well, I'm thinking of Heisman winners, other Heisman winners, and recency bias. That's why.
Daniels is I'm scrolling here.
He might not be on it.
15th.
So they'll put, and he's not. He was better, but they'll put dumb Tim Tebow.
Yeah, they have Tebow 4th.
It's just Marcus was better than Tim, but I get it. They'll put
Baker on there.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. Baker Mayfield 7th.
You forget how good Baker was
But was
in
it?
college.
Wait a minute. But wasn't Mariota better than Baker?
Yes, he was. Baker
just had more of an aura, and I think he was a bigger deal nationally.
Are they gonna put Luck on?
No,
above him?
I was surprised. I see he's low too. They have Luck 12th.
What about Kyler? Do they have Kyler on there?
No. Let's see. He may be on here, but he's.
Did we say Cam?
Oh, Cam Newton.
Yeah, he's number 2.
Cam will be on there. Maybe Johnny Football.
Yes, he is also ahead of Mariota at 8.
That's stupid
bad.
too.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane. That's.
And I know he was good, but geez, man.
Who else am I missing? It's insane. Who else am I missing? Any?
Okay, so you're missing. Let me see. 1. 2.
Trevor Lawrence will be on there.
3.
Oh yeah.
Trevi. They have him 9th. So he is.
See, I went the opposite. I was looking at people that won national championships first.
You're missing 3.
I think if you win a title, they'll bump you up.
You're missing number 5, 6. Oh no, you're missing 2, 5 and 6.
America.
5 and 6.
America.
Who am I missing?
I'm surprised.
Is it obvious or is it like a little
America?
I'm pretty surprised by one of them, and I'm surprised that Mariota is 10th.
I think Mariota's to me is more like 5 or 6.
I think 5th.
Yeah, I can
in
buy
my
that.
head, I had him 5th, but that's just me.
What about Lamar?
Yes, he's 6th.
Okay.
Lamar won a Heisman.
And again, I know he was good, but
he
dude,
did it in Louisville, and
Mariota was awesome.
Mariota was really, really good.
And when Mariota won that Heisman, it was by one of the biggest margins ever.
Now this one's interesting. The number 5, and I would not have put him. I would have forgotten about him.
Well, I clearly have because I'm trying to scan my head of someone else who I would think. Oh, Jameis.
Jameis, no. Jameis is
that would've been
11th.
a good one, though.
Yeah, they have Jameis right behind Mariota, which I was happy about.
Well, I mean, to be fair, look, I know Mariota whooped his ass in the Rose Bowl, but Jameis won a Heisman and Jameis won a national championship.
Did you guys see Tyreek Hill has a new baby mama? Jesus Christ, he's got 10,000 career yards and 12 children.
Are you
the guy?
I didn't play anything.
I'm not
is
playing
as
anything
fast
either.
as a
Is
cheetah,
Swigard taking
and
over?
he's one of the best receivers in the NFL.
We're in AI.
But the man averages around one child every 800 yards.
Is this our green Dito?
Tyreek is a great route runner.
Well, I was calling out
but he
guess.
needs to work on his
Swag,
block
if you're
game.
listening, stop.
And that's going to be the main.
That was Swigard.
Yeah.
Swigard.
Oh, he's pissed at you for calling him out about the WNBA. He's messing with our show.
Should have heard how
Sabotage.
You should have heard how angry he was. Yeah, Jameis. I mean, he lost.
Wait. Can we?
Yeah.
Get a little timeout here.
Okay, let's do it.
How is he able to play things on our show without even being here?
He has remote access to our
yes.
wide orbit, which is what we use to play drops and sound.
Are you kidding me?
Jesus.
So he goes in, and I think he does some sort of maintenance or he previews things, but he thinks he's previewing it on his local device, and he's actually playing it out over the airwaves.
God.
It happened another time, too.
I know. I remember that. It's just wild that he can do that. But that was probably out of spite.
Yeah.
Because you called him out. Okay, one other guy. So he's 5th. So top 25 quarterbacks, college, last 25 years. Joe Burrow 1, Cam Newton 2, Vince Young 3, Tim Tebow 4, this guy 5,
I got it.
Lamar 6, Baker 7, Manziel 8, Trevi 9, Mariota 10.
I got it.
Okay, who is it?
The massage man himself.
Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson.
No.
Really?
No.
That started that whole Clemson thing.
No. He is.
No Deshaun Watson?
I don't even think he's on here.
Get right the hell out of town. Deshaun Watson was stinking awesome.
Kyler Murray 22, Troy Smith 23.
Are we eliminating him because of the,
I wonder if they did, because you're right. He should be at least in the top 25, should he not?
Yeah.
I mean, they have Michael Penix 24th. No, number 5 is Matt Leinart. And again, you forget about Matt
He's right
Leinart.
on the fringe, too.
Right on the fringe. I think of him as like my age, and then that is more 90s, but yeah.
You forget about him, but dude, he was awesome.
Yes. That USC team was,
They were amazing.
Had they beat Texas, which they didn't because Vince Young went Superman, the only two players, and this is why I will always say Vince and Cam don't get the full credit they deserve. Look, Auburn and Texas were both fine teams. That was a one-man show.
Those guys put him on their back.
Matt Leinart won national titles. I think he won 2. But look,
Reggie Bush, Lendale White, Steve Smith,
and
all
the
those
defense
guys.
was loaded too. Vince Young took a good Texas team and was like, yeah, I'm Vince Young, here we go. And Cam Newton took an okay Auburn team and said, we're going to go win a national title. So I tend to have some reverence for, even though I can't stand Cam Newton, Cam Newton and Vince Young are rarefied air. Like, I would put them both ahead of Marcus, simply because as good as Marcus was, Marcus had a good team, and yet he couldn't get over the third string, actually it might have been the fourth string quarterback at Ohio State. And Vince slayed, arguably at the time, they were calling that USC team the greatest college football team of all time, and they got Vince Young.
Yeah, they had that recent LSU vibe about them of like,
Yeah.
we've maybe never seen this much talent assembled ever, and Texas took them out.
And Joe Burrow isn't the best, but Joe Burrow had the best season, so I get why you put Joe Burrow number 1. But also, Joe Burrow was throwing to maybe the number 1 and 2 best receivers in the NFL, a very good tight end, Edwards-Helaire. That LSU team was stupid.
I think that the biggest gripe I would have here is that Johnny Manziel is ahead of Marcus Mariota.
That's dumb.
That is insane.
It's
to
insane.
Me.
That's
Come
dumb.
on, man.
That's absolutely dumb. It's insane. To me,
Get out of
if I was doing mine, I would have Vince 1. I would have Cam 2. Then I would go Burrow because, I mean, the season, but I just, again, I told you why I will just always elevate Vince and him. And then, boy, I'll tell you what, Marcus, I know he didn't win.
It's him and Tebow.
Yeah, Tebow, Marcus, they're smushed in there. And then
Tebow, Marcus, Leinart. And
Yeah.
I think Andrew Luck should be way higher.
Yeah, I just Marcus at 10 is a really low number. I think he should be higher than that. But I guess he didn't win. So if we're doing that, Jameis needs to be higher for me. I do think you have to give credit to the people that actually finished the job. And Jameis finished the job. And like Manziel, I mean, he beat Alabama, never even won the SEC.
Crazy.
But yeah, you forget about Matt Leinart. I did Matt Leinart a disservice.
What is up with you Vancouverites, okay?
Nah, we got stuff happening.
You want police? Pay up.
No.
I've got that story next.
No.
On In the News. But first, Buck with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan, a potential apology in order for one Jason Swigard. His engineer popped into our control room and asked if one of those hotkeys, like the Tyreek Hill clip, just played over the air.
That was that's an upset that it wasn't Swigard.
Sorry, Swag. We love you.
We love you.
On the diamond tonight, the Mariners hosting the White Sox again at T-Mobile. George Kirby on the mound for the M's. Jonathan Cannon gets the start for the Sox. First pitch at 6:40 on MLB Network. Elsewhere in the AL, the Red Sox have signed rookie outfielder Roman Anthony to an 8-year contract extension. Deals for $130 million, but contains another $100 million in performance escalators. In New York, Guardian starter Gavin Williams nearly no-hits the Mets today. Juan Soto breaks it up with a homer late, while Williams gives up just one hit over 8 2/3 in Cleveland's 4-1 win. The Seahawks kick off their preseason right here on the Fan tomorrow night when Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders visit Seattle. They will kick it off at 7 o'clock. Our coverage here on the Fan starts at 5. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well, I revealed this earlier in our program. I don't know how many people know this, but it is that, oh, by the way, Dustin May now playing for the Red Sox. Did you see that?
Yeah.
When did he get traded?
Go figure.
He must have been at the deadline.
Yeah.
I missed that. Anyway, I revealed that Big Sook and I actually live together. You know, people
in the ADU.
People oftentimes come up to us. They're like, they see Sook. They're like, "Where's Rob?" I'm like, I don't know. If you were up your ass, you'd know.
I'll be over at his house.
And then they'll come up to me and they'll be like, "Where's Sook?" It's like we're joined at the hip. Well, I am revealing that we are living together, stepbrother style. And Big Sook came in and jumped on my bunk last night, and I hit my head. And I'm going to sue him with personal injury attorneys Ken and Donnie of the Advocates.
All right, I've already filed my countersuit for the many different violations that you have in my crappy ADU down there. Basically, we're going to be locked in an entanglement right now between and with the same attorneys going head to head. We've always wondered who is more powerful, Ken or Donnie. Well, we're going to
find out.
We're about to find out.
We had a draft, and I picked Donnie with the number 1 pick.
So it's head to head. So if you have been injured by a crappy landlord or a terrible tenant in a freak bed collapse, there's only one place to call, and that is indeed the Advocates. Free to talk to them, free to hire them. Really good people. They'll treat you right. And again, consultations and hiring are free. So check them out, advocateslaw.com. over here right now.
God.
Apparently, it's a system error. We're glitching, baby.
Yeah, no way.
I kind of enjoy it. Like right in the middle, we get to hear about
Odyssey
Tyreek
station.
Hill's baby mama.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Was that AI?
That was AI.
Mike McDaniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do owe Swag an apology. It was not Swigart.
Well, to be fair, Swag's done it before, so
He had a track record.
and we had kind of pissed in his Cheerios earlier, so you know
It made sense.
it made sense. If it looks like a swag, it walks like a swag. Chances are, and it wasn't. So, my apologies. Clutch some more pearls though. Over.
Here's the situation.
If there was one guy that would champion for the WNBA, it would be Jason Swigard.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's not even a question.
No one loves fringe or women's sports quite like one Jason Swigard.
Well, I was listening to my favorite morning show on the Fan the other day, driving out to somewhere. I forget where I was going.
I don't know.
And they were on, and Swigard's update came on, and he led with tennis.
Of course he did. Yeah.
I thought, wow.
Is there a tennis tournament going on right now?
It wasn't even a tennis tournament. It was like, I think it was like a tune-up for a major or something. I don't know.
It's like when you try to talk to me about the Honda Classic or whatever. I'm like,
I would have liked it if he led with the Honda Classic.
Can you please stop? No one cares. That life is fascinating. Just him sitting in front of
He loves tennis.
He loves all kinds of fringe sports. I remember once when he was our producer, we were making fun of him about like how much he knew about high school sports. And we're like, dude, just talk to us about like women's high school volleyball. And the son of a gun started rattling off like real facts about Oregon, like women's volleyball, or the Oregon high school women's volleyball. I was like, oh my God. It's like that scene in like the other guys. How'd that turn out? That turned out the way you thought? I was like, no, it didn't. My bad.
August 6, 2025, it's time for In the News. I'm your newsman. Hello, thank you. It's brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com.
Why are you going there?
It is National Gossip Day.
Oh. The old,
yeah. I don't like gossip.
Slinging S at people.
Yeah.
And then you get caught up in it and you're like, dude, leave me out of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you hear something, you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah, Pat Harris tried to rope me into that the other day. I'm like, dude, leave me out of this. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, see, I don't talk about it. I'll just lay you out on the air. I don't.
This
little guy here in Portland thinks that was stupid. I don't like gossip. Gossip's bad. If you gossip, stop doing it.
Yeah,
You're not doing anyone any
Tell
favor.
someone that they suck to their face.
That's right. Be a man.
I'm a man. I'm 50. I like to stretch and kick and talk crap to your face.
It's also Root Beer Float Day.
Oh, I haven't had a root beer float in years, but man, they're delightful.
They are delicious.
Yeah.
I hate root beer, and I love a root beer
Well,
float.
you just don't see the root beer float very often, but when you have one, oh, even better than the root beer float, the orange cream float.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You get the Henry Weinhardt's orange cream, whatever, whatever.
Big fan of the creamsicle float. Yeah.
Throw that in with a scoop of like Tillamook vanilla. Now we're talking.
Well, big news in Vancouver, Jace.
Saw this.
You're a Vancouverite.
I am, and I will not be voting for this.
Do you like police protecting you?
I do enjoy police
you want
protecting
that
me. Yes.
in your life?
I am not a defund the police guy.
Well, voters in Vancouver will once again decide whether to increase their property taxes to fund more police officers.
The answer to that question is no. Stop taking more money from us. Do better with what you have.
This week, the Vancouver City Council approved a resolution to place Proposition 5 on the November general election ballot. If it passes, the prop would increase the city's property tax by about 15 cents per $1,000 in assessed value. So wait a minute, I gotta do some math on that.
With my $2.3 million Cascade Park estate that I have with the moat.
2.3 million divided by 1,000.
Yeah. What do you
2,300.
23, carry the one. Boy, we're doing a lot of math on this program.
0.0015? Is that right? I don't know.
Buy 2 windows and get 2 windows free. So if you need 8 windows, you get 8 windows free. No, 4 windows free. Does that make sense? Wait, 8 to 4. Yep, 4. No, 8. I don't know.
That's a drop. I like that drop. That's a good drop.
It is a good
Because
drop.
I was thoroughly confused.
Yes.
Now, I'm thinking a couple $100 on your $2.3 million estate that you could probably afford by my math. But
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just I'm done with the we need more money. You just keep pissing away the money we give you.
No. They need more money.
Pound sand.
City officials say the permanent increase will fund up to 13 officers and raise roughly $6 million per year starting in 2026.
No. There's very few things that I'm going to vote for an increase in my taxes. I give you enough already. Do more with what you have.
No.
By the way,
Strong.
Vancouver is
no.
not being overrun by criminals. So you're telling me what?
Not yet.
You said 13 more cops?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
this proposal is considerably less than Prop 4, which a majority of voters rejected last year. That ballot measure would have increased the city's property tax rate by about 41 cents per $1,000 in assessed value.
We already told them to go F themselves over 41 cents. I would like to encourage all my Vancouver residents to tell them to go F themselves over 15 cents.
Well, they very well may.
I hope so.
Very well may.
Again,
be lawless up there before you know it.
Well, it's just like every time we do this in Portland, we're like, well, we need more money. Tax them. Do better with the money you have.
Hey, don't drag Portland into this.
We're the king of it over here. Freaking ridiculous. We're off by our budget by $1 billion. I got to raise 9 taxes.
This weekend, the Willamette Valley will see some of the hottest temperatures of the year. This increased the risk of wildfires. Now, we did get some rain this morning, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, I got
but
quite a bit.
Rained out there. So
I went out and played some golf, and then I got rained on. What the hell,
was good.
But it was very humid. I made the mistake of wearing pants and like a long sleeve. Wrong.
Sweating bullets.
Haven't stopped. Started sweating at about 8 this morning. Haven't stopped since.
So beginning Monday, the first heat wave of the summer, and the fire threat is expected to be high the rest of the summer. Not only have temperatures been nice, but wildfire season also hasn't been as bad so far. But
emojis.
Buckle up.
So be smart, right?
It's going to be 100 degrees on Monday.
Don't be stupid and check on your olds. And
I say be stupid.
Enough safe and sane. Time for dumb and dangerous.
But not when it comes to far.
And someone else points out,
Protect
$16 million for 13 officers. How much are they paying those guys? By the way,
yeah, it's a lot of dough, isn't it?
I would like to point out, and I have several cop friends that are great people, and I do support our police. Dude, police officers get paid a lot of money. And a lot of those guys are getting overtime. They're doing just fine. So state that for the record. A lot of times we do like the woe is me and the poor police officers. Yes, they have to deal with some crap, but they are handsomely compensated for doing that job. And $6 million does seem. I feel like maybe you could do better than $6 million for 13 officers.
Meanwhile, in a burg that clearly has its stuff together, unlike Vancouver.
Clearly.
In Portland, they will now take your mattress. That story next on In the News, here on 105.1 The Fan.
This is the Fan's window into sports. A view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
Have you watched me in college? Well, a little bit of that going on. I'm still the same guy, nothing happened to me. I'm the same guy. If anything, I'm a little bit strong emotionally and the way how I handle different situations.
Do you believe? You mean like when you almost won like the Liberty Bowl in college? That what we're talking about?
That's Shadur, and I don't think they almost won that, did they? I thought they got their ass kicked.
And then are we going to talk about the fact the only reason you're starting is because Joe Flacco doesn't have to play and the other 2 quarterbacks are hurt?
Friday night, baby.
And yet he's still out there being like, it's because like college.
Shadur going to cook.
Browns, Panthers, get excited.
Panthers?
I don't want to root against anyone, but I kind of want this story to go away.
This month, 50% off all window styles, 0 down, 0 inches, 0 payments for 2 years. Call 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com for a free in-home estimate.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. I don't know what this says about me, what level of sicko I am. Very quickly, Swag, when he
like that Jim Harbaugh drop.
Yeah, it's good.
They like to drink their haterade. And
They like to drink their haterade and eat their hater tots.
Of course, Jim. By the way, I have a football update.
Well, can you wait until we get back to sports?
Well, but it's right in the middle of it. This is breaking news.
For ITN?
Yes.
Or for like sports news?
Yeah, never mind.
Just wait.
I'll wait.
Is it big?
It's big. I have breaking
Well, this
follow-up news
okay.
stories.
This
but
is exciting.
We'll wait.
This will be at 5 o'clock. Okay. I'll
I'll
make this.
I'll lead off.
Yeah.
At 5.
Bye.
But
I'll
the
make
people
this-
need their damn news.
Well, they're getting it. Just not football news
Understand.
at the moment. I have big mattress news.
I love mattress news.
Now, this is news you can use. Residents in the greater Portland area can now recycle their mattresses for free.
How about that?
Thanks to the Mattress Recycling Council's Bye Bye Mattress program.
Bye.
The initiative, which is expanded to include the Metro Central Transfer Station, is part of a statewide network aimed at reducing landfill waste. Hey, this is great. I don't know if you've ever had to get rid of a mattress.
I always just put it up like on Facebook Marketplace for free, and like
Somebody
usually
takes
someone
it.
comes and takes it.
Do they really?
Yeah.
People take used.
As long as it's not like awful, and you put it for free, someone usually
will
comes.
take
And
it.
I always do mattress covers on mine, so the mattress doesn't look. By the way, have you ever like taken off like a pillowcase or a mattress, and you're like, what the hell
I know, it's
just
gross.
happened? Like it looks like the color of the Constitution. Like what? What is
Like
happening?
sweat and body oils that have
Yeah.
leaked through. Yeah,
It's bad.
terrible.
It's bad. But for the most part, if your mattress isn't like the worst mattress in the world, believe someone will come and take it for free.
So I once had a. Do you remember when we used to endorse Sleep Country?
Yeah.
Sleep Train, you know?
Yeah, we get a bed every so often.
And they would give us beds.
Yeah.
Like they were super generous.
Yeah.
And so you could just pick out whatever bed you wanted.
Yeah.
And I picked out the Cadillac of beds.
Absolutely.
And it was the was it the Tempur-Pedic?
They had the Tempur-Pedic and they had a sleep the
was it
adjustable one that were both the
It was
high
that.
end.
It was like
Yeah.
$6,000 bed.
Yeah.
And we had it.
Yeah.
In our house. So it's in storage while we're remodeling.
Mhm.
And it turns out that we had a little bit of a water problem in there. And even though it was in plastic,
Yeah. No good, huh?
well, there was a little bit of mold on the side of the mattress.
No good.
And let me tell you something.
No good.
It's not good.
No.
But this became a battle with my wife.
You wanted to keep it?
Yes!
It's got mold.
You can clean mold. We called the mold people.
Oh, and they said,
Well, the mold people came over because,
yeah.
that is a thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there was mold specialists.
But they were like, yeah, in these fibers, we can't really get rid of this mold.
Okay.
So we begrudgingly had to get rid of a tiny little bit of mold.
Yeah.
And the builder took it. One of the builders guys.
He's like,
he's like, dude, this is great.
I'll
I'm
take
like,
it.
I told him, I said, Rich, I'm telling you, this is the greatest bed you will ever sleep in.
God.
However,
Yeah.
there is a little bit of
It's
mold.
gonna
He's
eat
like, I
into
don't
care.
give a rip.
I love it.
Yeah, he took it. So I think he's still using the moldy bed.
Could you I'm wondering,
And believe me, I didn't want to get rid of it.
could you put like a Jefferson style? Could you put like like the plastic wrap on top of it?
That's
Just
what
be
I'm
like-
saying. Or just like cover just the end of the part where
I
there's
love you,
mold.
Nurse Night.
And
This-
she's like, no, we're getting rid of that bed. I'm like, but it's really
It's
comfortable.
really
and
nice bed.
I don't think I lost that fight. So Rich got the bed. Anyway, the program allows people to drop off mattresses and box springs at designated collection sites without incurring disposal fees. This effort is in response to a new Oregon state law mandating an industry-led recycling network. It's the Mattress Stewardship Act.
It is true. Like if you've got an old janky mattress, that is one of
It's
those.
a pain in
It's
the-
like same thing with big TVs. We had a big TV that went out, and you're like, what the hell do I do with this? And
Yeah, where do you take those?
there's recycling centers that I think will take them.
Specific to electronics?
Yeah, that'll do it. I think like the dump has one of those.
Well,
and
there's
then-
always the metal ones.
Yeah, and then we have once a year up at the local high school, and I'm sure most communities do. We have a free for all once a year where they come around the neighborhood and they give you like a coupon, and you can take whatever you want to the high school, and they've got like different ways to sort it. And
But
stuff.
see, I have a problem with this mattress program because they make you still take it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Yeah. If you don't have a
Like,
truck
I don't
or
mind
whatever.
paying.
Yeah.
I just don't want to strap it to the top of the car and, you know,
That's why you again
light it on fire.
clean it up a little bit, and Facebook Marketplace, and dude, free Free is a good price, dude. Like, when something is free, people will show up.
I've never had anything that I was giving away on there. I use OfferUp, but it's the same idea.
Same thing.
I've never, and I usually put it on there free because I just want it out the door.
Yeah.
I have never had something not taken.
Yes.
Ever.
I'm convinced you could take a turd and be like,
hey, you guys want my turds?
It's free. And people would be like, free? Seriously? I'm like, yeah. I've got the poo in my hands. Yes.
Hey, we're on the radio. We're radio guys. Radio guy turd.
Dude, it is shocking.
Free.
If it's free, the best is sometimes I'll have stuff for free and someone will show up to take whatever. And I manage to give them like 4 other free things. I'm like,
they
hey,
love it.
While you're here, what do you think about this? Think about this chair right
You want
here?
any of these things?
Yeah, let's do that.
And they'll like it, whatever can fit into there. It's usually like a 1991 Blazer, whatever they can fit in that thing. They're doing like they're strapping stuff in, like what is it, Beverly Hillbillies style? They're taking it.
That is in the news. August 6, 2025, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at Advocates Law Deadgab. Coming up next, Big Sook has breaking NFL news.
Oh, yeah. Follow-up.
Beavers, how about that?
Oh, NFL news follow-up?
Follow-up.
Okay.
I was onto something earlier.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Sook's going to tell us how right he was.
I'm only a dumbass like 90% of the time, but like 10%, I listen.
All right, we'll be right back. This is 105.1 The Fan.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products.
Time with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Okay, everyone, shut up and look at me.
Primetime with Isaac and Sue.
The less I know about other people's affairs, the happier I am. I'm not interested in caring about people.
Isaac Robb.
I once worked with a guy for 3 years and never learned his name. Best friend I ever had. We still never talk sometimes.
Jason Sukanik.
I also think it's pointless for a human to paint scenes of nature when they could just go outside and stand in it.
Primetime on the Fan Sports Network. 105.1 and 1080.
Please do not misinterpret the fact that I am talking right now as genuine interest. End of speech.
The Fan.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice, juicy, buttery, sexy little Wednesday. It's your Sports Bros. I'm Rop, the Isaac version of the Isaac and Sook show.
Yeah.
And Big Sook's right over there. Look at him.
With my Mets hat that I had to take off because, well.
He's ashamed of his Mets. They've lost again.
Yeah, I've officially mashed, for the first time this year. It hasn't happened up until now. I have officially hit the panic button.
Yeah, I can see why. They suck.
It's not going good.
Dude, I haven't watched much Mets baseball this year. But
well, you turn around because it's always on, but it's on behind you.
It's only when you watch them.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, every time I turn around and just catch a little bit of Mets baseball,
you're a giant jinx.
I see awful baseball. Like, their defense sucks.
Yeah. I swear to every time you turn around, it is at the most inopportune time. Someone's throwing the ball. It's usually a position player, probably the pitcher, throwing one into center field and letting a run score. And it's just like, I don't know what to tell you. This is,
this team's a winning.
Or you turn around into someone's hitting into a double play and you're like, yeah, that's about
every
right.
time.
Yeah, it's not good.
Your team sucks.
It's not going good. I've resisted the panic button, but it's officially time. It's Concernicus has entered the building.
Before you get to football follow-up.
Hot football follow-up.
I've got quick baseball follow-up.
Okay.
And then we'll get to our teases for the rest of the show, and then we'll get on with our business today. Okay?
Our carefree ways.
But I was saying earlier that the Blue Jays beat the Rockies 20-1 today.
Yeah.
And that set a record. Toronto is the first team in baseball history to collect 63 hits, 13 home runs in 3 games.
Jeez.
But Buck sent me this little nugget, and it's about the Washington Nationals. And I don't know if you've seen what's been going on with these bros.
And this was sent to me by the brand man Dusty Hara.
But
wow, look at this just train of information.
Milwaukee beat Washington 16-9 on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
They followed that up with an 8-2 win over the Nationals on Saturday, and Sunday they beat them 14-3.
Yikes.
So they scored 38 runs in those 3 games. Now, that is not the 45 runs that Toronto scored in Colorado.
No.
But the Nationals turned around on Tuesday after a day off and gave up 16 runs to the A's. So the Nationals are the first team in Major League history in 4 games to give up 80-plus hits, 50-plus runs, and 10-plus home runs.
That's pretty tasty. So we now
they just won up the Blue Jays.
A battle of it's a battle of futility and a battle of excellence versus futility.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
80 hits in 4 games. That's nuts.
That is nuts.
50 runs in 4 games and 10 or more home runs in 4 games.
I'm looking at so they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've lost 6 in a row, and their run differential in that 3, 4, 9, 15.
This is great. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah.
Till you figure that out. Because you ain't figuring that out.
Carry it 15, 26, and then 9. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
34? I believe 34?
Minus 34?
Minus 34?
In 6 games?
In that losing streak? Ah!
So if Toronto, well, I guess it's two, like you said, it's two opposite sides. So it's the team that with getting the hits and the team giving up the hits.
Battle of excellence, battle of futility.
But if Toronto wanted to match that, they're going to need 17 or more hits in tomorrow's game.
Are they still playing the same? They're still playing
the Rockies?
The Rockies?
I don't think so. I think that series is over.
Then might be hard to do. We'll have to look and see who the Blue Jays are playing because we were playing the Rockies Oh, yeah, they got the Dodgers.
But they would only need 6 runs.
Yeah, it's possible. And, the Dodgers aren't exactly cooking with gas.
The Dodgers.
Yeah, I love how everyone's just the Dodgers.
I hate the Dodgers. Everyone hates the Dodgers now.
And yet they're still in first place.
Well, of course, they're good. That's why we hate them.
I'm going down to see them, a week from now?
Please tell them we hate them.
They're playing your San Diego Padres.
All right, let's get to your football news. You were teasing it. What
I was
do you
teasing
got?
it. Well, we were talking about how the NFL banned smelling salts, and George Kittle was freaking out, and that led us to talking about how great professional athletes and drugs are. But remember when you read the statement, it was a little weird. I asked, I was like, it said that the teams are prohibited from supplying. And I said, does that mean that they're banned, or does that just mean the players can't get them from the team? And a memo just came out like 20 minutes ago saying the NFL Players Association is aware of the memo issued by the league regarding smelling salts. We were not notified of this club policy change before the memo was sent out. To clarify, the policy does not prohibit player use of these substances, but rather it restricts clubs from providing or supplying them in any form.
Okay.
The NFL has confirmed this to us. If you have any questions, please reach out to your player director. So
they screwed up in their messaging.
Yes. Well, but when you read the message, it was very ambiguous.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They screwed up in the messaging.
They screwed up the message.
They should have said that the first time, and then we'd be like, well, why do you even who cares?
Yes. So the smelling salts are not banned.
So it's a liability thing?
That would be my guess.
Or something?
Well, they're saying if it potentially could mask concussion syndromes, then a club could get accused of providing something.
Exactly.
And then someone has secondary concussion syndrome, and then you open yourself up to a lawsuit. So now it's more the long's life. If George Kittle and by the way, they're dirt cheap. You just have to buy them, and then you can bring them. Baker and all those guys. So they were banned. People thought they were banned for all of 24 hours. And it's like, turns out they're not banned. So we can rejoice. Smelling salts aplenty. Or maybe this was all done by big smelling salts to raise awareness of their capsules. Because this is the first time anyone has talked about smelling salts.
Is it possible this was just kind of a normal memo and George Kittle just didn't read the details and sprinted out and yelled about how they're taking him away? And it should have been a non-story?
That's a good point.
Because if they're just like, hey, by the way, teams can't provide these anymore, it seems like people thought, we can't have these. They're taking our guns, but like, they're
true.
not. Nothing's changed.
I think that's right.
That is a really good point.
He went all MAGA.
That George Kittle is the one that probably started this whole thing.
Started panic in the streets.
And then Baker chimed in, and now all hell's broken loose.
Looks like they're about a buck a piece for the big time ones. You get a 40-pack for about $38.
Seems a lot cheaper than those little bump skis you were talking about earlier.
Is that too much when they're just kind of one-offs?
I'm not going to lie. I thought this would be more like 50 cents.
Yeah.
But
I'd give them a couple quarters, but
I mean, infrequency of use, it seems like,
well, I guess.
We have them at the gym, and so it's like, I don't know. I'm sure you can find cheaper ones too, and like there's certain ones that it's like like a jar. You just like open it and you smell the jar. It's like a fart in a jar, and you're like, oh my God. And then you put it back on there. So maybe that's the better value, but then you actually have to have like a big jar and bottle as opposed to the capsules.
Excuse me.
You're paying for the convenience of the little break capsules.
All right, coming up tonight in the Club Hour, a radio legend could be going away, and I am not talking about Danny Meringue.
He is here I think he just signed a new contract.
There you go. Also, Buck was trying to hit us with something as we walked off the air last night, because that's what we do. We walk off the air.
Yeah.
And
I stuck around because I had to watch the Mets lose. So
I didn't really understand what he was saying, but we're gonna
try to delve into it.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick explanation, but me and Suk ended up talking about it a bit longer, and maybe a noodle on it.
Could it be a topic?
Maybe.
I think it could. Let's discuss.
Also, a story about science, because we love science here.
Do we?
Some of it.
I only like science when it confirms what I already believe.
Those scientists better check their hypotenuses, dude.
Even science wildly divided, with one side calling the other a boob.
I only listen to Joe Rogan for my science.
So that is all coming up 6 to 7. Up next, which team has more urgency? Some NFL talk when we return on The Fan.
Seahawks football on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Oh no.
Okay, now to the NFL. I told you the other day that I bought that. I always buy the Aaron Schatz Football Outsiders Almanac.
Yes.
For each season.
Yeah.
And I like it because one, I do.
Is it a digital copy or an actual physical?
No,
book?
it's digital.
Yeah.
He sells it online. I do like a lot of the analytics with regards to sport. I think it's interesting how they evolve and how they come up with just simply better metrics than all the basic metrics that we're used to.
Sure.
And Football Outsiders is the one who came up with it's like DVOA, and like if you read through their explanation of it, it is wildly better than any metric you can get just on, just basic football metric.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, if you don't know, DVOA is the defense
adjusted
value over average.
Yeah. So just not to get into the weeds, because it's a whole thing. Like, it's a 500-page.
It's
book.
Yeah, this is like war though. Like it's
Yes.
it's how you are versus what the league average is.
But it takes everything into account, like down and distance.
Yes.
What part of the game are you down by 30? Are you up by 10? Is it critical play in the game? Just everything, and they do it for every player, every team. It's really incredible, and they've been doing it for many years, like over 20 years.
Yeah.
So anyway, I bought the 2025 one the other day. I'm ready to go. It's only $40. Well worth a read. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing because a lot of it is just like goes straight over my head.
Yeah.
It's so numbersy, but they have a preview for each team. That's what I always go through each team. And it goes alphabetically. So I've already read about the Arizona Cardinals, the Atlanta Falcons, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Buffalo Bills. Okay, that's where I'm at.
Okay. So you got to come Super Bowl contenders and some others.
I will tell you, and that's the other thing too, is like, there's a lot of deep level stuff about each team in there, to the point where I really only come away with like a couple of key thoughts about each team.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm not going super deep into all of this.
Why would you?
But I do like to hear their perspective based on their metrics about each team coming back, because I don't really follow a lot of the offseason moves. I don't care about preseason.
Sure.
I just get me up to speed on what we think this team may be bringing to the table any given year.
And I'm sure it's interesting for the likes of maybe the Atlantas or the Cardinals more so. Like, what the Bills are bringing to the table.
Fair.
But when you get, I would be more interested in a deep dive into a team like Atlanta or.
Well, I'll tell you what. They really like the Cardinals.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
They like the Cardinals. They think the Cardinals defensively. So again, here's my key takeaways from that chapter. One was they were super banged up on defense, particularly up front last year, and their back end held up, and they've improved all of that, and all those guys are healthy. Like, watch out for their defense.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals are one of those teams that when you listen to people that are in the know, it's kind of one of those, if you're looking for someone that isn't really being talked about, they're saying keep an eye on that.
The other one was Kyler Murray. Their offense isn't that great. It's an average offense.
Yeah.
But Kyler Murray had his best year, according to them, of his career last year.
And they have a good old line, and they think
he's healthy.
They think another year with Marvin Harrison Jr.
And they like Gannon. He's the one that came over from the Eagles. So they like the Cards. They did not like the Falcons. They were like, they kind of compared them to a rudderless ship. Like, they keep throwing crap against the wall, and it's the same thing every year.
They can't find a pass rush to save their life. The O-line is kind of up and down. They've moved on from Cousins and Penix now. We don't know what to make of Penix. We only saw him in a handful of games. So that makes sense.
So their big thing with Penix is like, look, they pretty much just made it so that if the Falcons are going to be any good at all, and he said they're pretty average. So they'll, and in a bad division, a lot of it's about schedule.
Sure.
In a bad division, Atlanta will have moments. They're good enough that they'll have moments. They'll beat a couple teams. They'll do well in their division, and they will be sniffing around the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they said any improvement for Atlanta basically just has to be Michael Penix being really, really good, and they don't necessarily see that.
Well, and that's the same. I mean, Atlanta was 8-9 last year. So basically, Seattle's been this way for the last couple of years. Unless you're a bad football team, like a bad team, most of the time you're sniffing around that 8-9 win. And, we know 10 or 11 is what gets you into the postseason. So, that again, all kind of plays out. If you're going to be more than that, yeah, you're going to need Penix to be amazing. Now, I don't understand how you can. This is where I will push back a little bit. How on earth can you say that you have any idea of what Michael Penix is going to be? I think you saw him
they don't.
in a handful of games.
And that's what they're saying about Atlanta is like they have not really given him any help. They're basically just saying, same team, let's hope this guy's good.
Is better than
and that's not a way to
sure.
Anyway, on to the real teams, the Bills and the Ravens.
Okay.
And this is why I ask who has more urgency, because both of those teams, it's really wild how good they are statistically. So we know that the Bills and the Ravens have been very good.
Sure.
And just have not gotten to the Super Bowl because, well, Chiefs.
Yeah.
But if you read Football Outsiders Almanac, it lays out how good those teams are over a 5-year period. As a matter of fact, I think the Bills are the best team over a 5-year stretch in NFL history to not have gone to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So Buffalo, what Buffalo is going through right now is eerily similar to the 90s.
Yeah,
it is.
Except they went to 4 Super Bowls.
But they lost all of them.
They lost all of them.
And this team has not been to a Super Bowl, but they're 61-22 over the last 5 years. That is the best of any team over a 5-year period since 1978.
Yikes.
So that's the best of any team over any 5-year period since 1978. Period. And they're the only one that hasn't gone to the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking here. They've gone 13-4, 11-6, 13-3, 11-6, 13-3, 10-6.
And then the Ravens are the other team that statistically, like they had the best offense almost ever last year.
Yes.
And they're the team that just keeps shooting itself in the foot in the playoffs. Like the Bills have a Chiefs problem. The Ravens just continue to beat themselves with, and they're saying like with Baltimore, it's like kind of some of it's just kind of bad luck. They just had some bad things happen. They had the Tyler Huntley game where they're in the playoffs and Huntley's going in for the game-winning score on a goal line sneak and he drops the ball.
Yep. Yeah, the Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers dropped the ball.
Yeah,
on the goal line. Like they've had some really unlucky things happen. So the question is which of those two teams has more urgency, Buffalo or Baltimore? Because both of them should be gripping right now because these windows don't stay open that much longer.
I hadn't really thought about that, but that's a damn good question because both quarterbacks are relatively the same age. So it's not like one is older. You are dealing with Baltimore. You are dealing with Derrick Henry that you would figure eventually that runs out. I think McDermott probably under a little more pressure than Harbaugh. They wouldn't get rid of Harbaugh. There was some talk that the Bills maybe needed to go in the different direction. Remember after the whole weird 9/11 speech? Boy, I think I'm going to say Buffalo.
More pressure on Buffalo?
More pressure. Buffalo, Harbaugh at least has a Super Bowl. Lamar has MVPs, multiple. Harbaugh isn't going anywhere. I feel like Buffalo is under more pressure. I feel like Buffalo is a bad season, a disappointed season away from pulling a Tony Dungy and firing their coach and being like, we need to bring someone in that can get us over the hump. So yeah, I'm going to say more pressure, but that's a damn good question. Damn good. I'm going to say more pressure on Buffalo than Baltimore.
Do you think one or the other feels more inevitable that because they talk about this in here where it's like, when you're this good, most people just expect you to break through. You will. You're just that good. Does one of those two feel more like that to you?
I feel more Baltimore because, again, I feel like Baltimore, when they find ways to lose, it's – although, I mean, the Bills said the 17-second game. I mean, how do you lose that? How do you let them kick that field goal? You won them. You drove the ball.
That was the championship game?
That was Wasn't
that AFC title game?
I think it was the AFC title game. It was the AFC title game or it was
might not
to get to the AFC title game. But you had the Chiefs slayed. And, if you win that, I believe Buffalo goes on and wins the Super Bowl because Kansas City went on and won that Super Bowl. I just feel like Baltimore is they do it to themselves. And I feel like eventually that is going to get cleaned up. And so I guess I feel more inevitable about Lamar Jackson. I feel more inevitable about the Ravens. And I think it's a better team. I think it's been a better team. I think there's better talent. And you can debate all you want between Lamar and Josh Allen. They're both, you know, they're one of 4 truly elite quarterbacks in the NFL. But I'm putting more pressure on Buffalo, and I think it's more inevitable that eventually, like if you had to ask me 5 years from now, only one of those has a Super Bowl ring. Lamar has a ring. Josh Allen does not.
Yeah, it's just kind of wild when you think about the AFC having the Chiefs and what they're doing, but also the Ravens and Bills. And we kind of lose sight of that because it's just been the Chiefs.
Just been the Chiefs.
But those 3 teams, dude, have been freaking dynamite.
Well, if you took any one of those and you bump them over into the NFC, I think you have the Super Bowl representative year after year after year. Although, you know, hey man, maybe Philly is about to go on one of these runs because Philly's roster is really damn good. I just don't view Philadelphia and their quarterback, and it's not a knock on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. He's not those 3 guys, and it's not even close. So I do think if you take any one of those 3 teams and put them in the NFC, it's the favorite every single year. And with Lamar and with Josh, it sucks because not only do you have to fight each other, but you've got this damn guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes, who has been a starting quarterback 7 years in the NFL, and he has made the AFC title game 7 times.
Yep. It's crazy. So just to run through real quick, they have a little paragraph in here on just to remind you what the Ravens have gone through in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they're saying, hey, listen, when you're battling the Chiefs dynasty and you're fighting against the Bills, who are the best team over a 5-year span since 1978, all in your conference, that means everything needs to break right for a team like the Ravens to get where they want to go, even if they're the best team. And it just has not broken right. In 2018, the Chargers matched the Ravens' speed by leaning into a dime defense. The following season, as the number 1 seed in the divisional round, the Ravens suffered 3 turnovers and 2 fourth-down stops against the Titans, while allowing Derrick Henry to run for 195 yards. 2020 divisional round, Bills heavily blitz Lamar Jackson, which results in 3 sacks, a pick 6, and just 34 rushing yards on 9 attempts. 17-3 Buffalo win. We can skip over the 2022 wildcard loss to the Bengals because it was that Tyler Huntley game, but it set the stage for future Ravens losses. That meeting was decided on a fluke turnover when a potential go-ahead touchdown from the 1-yard line turned into a fumble recovery for a touchdown for Cincinnati. After the 2023 season, the Ravens made it to the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. On a second down with the Ravens trailing 17-7 at the start of the 4th, Jackson found Zay Flowers with space a few yards in front of the end zone. Flowers dove and stretched his arms out across the goal line, but lost the ball before reaching the end zone, and it resulted in a touchback for the Chiefs. On the following drive, Baltimore got back into the red zone, but Jackson forced a ball to Isaiah Likely that was picked off. 2 unforced errors came on a night when Patrick Mahomes did not make a mistake, finishing with the QBR of 91.3. Then you have the divisional round to the Bills this past season, where the Ravens hung in the game only to be outdone by more mistakes. We all know what those were. The drop ball by Mark Andrews, the 2 picks by Lamar Jackson. Dude, it's crazy how much things have not gone their way in the playoffs.
And then the weird, the one that gets me, and there's so many, because some of those, like you said, are just, they're self-inflicted wounds. Remember the second half of the Chiefs game where they ran the ball with their running backs 3 times? It was the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL. And in the second half, I think they handed the ball off to their running back 3 times. Like, to this day, I think that was Munkin, who was the OC. To this day, no one has ever given an explanation for that. I swear to God, he was on the take.
They just were wrong. They tried to. They had a bad game plan.
But think about that. The Chiefs, the one thing the Chiefs didn't do well is stop the ball. The Ravens were running roughshod over everyone in the NFL, and then they were like, you know what we're going to do? Not run the football.
So the Ravens, you may be asking yourself, this is the last thing, and then we'll move on, but I thought that Football Outsiders asked a good question. They asked, is that normal? It's like, okay, so you have these plays. They basically had 3 straight years where they had the worst play at the worst time.
Yeah.
So the solution could be as simple as, well,
just
stop doing that.
Stop doing it.
Yeah. But they're saying it is more common than it should be for a team of Baltimore's caliber. In other words, I've always wondered, is there something in the water with Harbaugh? Dude, that guy,
attention to detail,
and he's been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's
won the Super Bowl.
Won the Super Bowl.
So it's hard to say this, but dude, there's something we always say in college we don't trust Mario Cristobal.
Yeah.
We always say we don't trust Steve Sarkisian. Why do we trust John Harbaugh?
Yeah, because they won the one Super Bowl. That's it.
But they keep blowing it, and they're blowing it in ways that bad teams blow it.
Yes, it is. That is correct, and it doesn't stick to him. It really doesn't, because imagine if they hadn't won that Super Bowl, if the other Harbaugh had won it, John would be on a hot seat because they continually find ways to inexplicably lose games.
So if you had to say, and you already answered this, but if you had to say who you more confident is going to win a Super Bowl, before it's all said and done, I actually think it's Buffalo.
Just because of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I could see it.
Buffalo's just lost to a dynasty.
Yeah.
Whereas the Ravens, they'll lose to anybody.
Yeah. They find ways. Find ways.
Anyway, that's from Football Outsiders Almanac 2025. It's done by Aaron Schatz, and it's great. And that's only the first 4 teams.
Yeah.
Wait till I read more tonight with some cocktails. I'll be tweeting out.
I just picture Rob in some boxers and black socks. He's got an old-fashioned straightaway cocktail just flipping
That's
through.
right.
Let's do a deep dive into the Jacksonville Jaguars here.
Dude, I love it. All right. The rise of the college football GM. That's next. Here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan on the Diamond tonight, the Mariners are hosting the White Sox again at T-Mobile. George Kirby on the mound for the M's. Jonathan Cannon gets the start for the Sox. First pitch at 6:40. You can see tonight's action on the MLB Network, and the M's do have an opportunity to gain some ground as the Astros lost 6-4 to the Marlins in Miami this afternoon. Elsewhere in the AL, the Red Sox have signed rookie outfielder Roman Anthony to an 8-year contract extension. It's a $130 million deal with another $100 million in performance incentives. In New York, Guardians starter Gavin Williams nearly no-hits the Mets. Juan Soto breaks that one up late, but Williams turns in 8 2/3 innings with just 1 hit in Cleveland's 4-1 win. The Seahawks kick off their preseason tomorrow right here on The Fan when they host Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders. They'll kick it off at 7 o'clock. Our coverage here on The Fan starts at 5. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. Saturday mornings at 9 on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. It's time for Who's Leading the Charge? A look under the hood at the coaches, players, and teams getting it done. Brought to you by Battery Exchange.
Swing and a miss, and Kittredge gets Hayes with that slider. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Kittredge back-to-back strikeouts, and there's 2 away. The 0-2 struck him out. He strikes out the side. Kittredge, outstanding work, the immaculate inning.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah,
Some guy for the Cubs.
How often do you see the immaculate inning?
It's pretty rare. I know there was a period in baseball once where it didn't happen for 30 years straight, but now I think it happens a couple times a year.
Oh. You don't think much about it, but that's pretty cool. 9 up, 9 down.
Overrated.
Look at you.
Overrated.
You're like, nah.
Whatever.
Rob used to do that in Old Man Baseball all the time.
Who's Leading the Charge? Brought to you by Battery Exchange. Reliable, affordable batteries for cars, boats, RVs, golf carts, and more. Online at batteryexchange.com. Powered by Continental Battery Systems. Mention code BXD10 for 10% off.
More rare than a no-hitter.
Three Mountains Home Services wants to make sure your AC is working.
105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Quick.
Go.
Name the GM of the Oregon Ducks football program.
Yeah, it's the guy from Texas A&M. He's kind of got a funky name.
It's a funky last name. It's Marshall Malchow
Yeah,
or something like
it's
that?
double M's. He's Eminem.
Malchik?
Something like that.
Malchow.
And I don't think he's the GM. I think they have a different.
His name is Marshall Malchow.
Yes.
Or perhaps Malchow.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Some white guy. I don't know. And he is the general manager.
I thought they called him the chief of staff.
This says general manager, but it's not off the official Ducks website.
Maybe
so.
he was promoted.
Well, like chief of staff, they don't always call them general managers, but they act as a general manager.
But
He
sometimes
went to-
the chief of staff can do more day-to-day stuff, whereas the GM may be doing more of the financials and things. So I'm not sure it's always the same person.
He's from Augusta, Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to Alabama.
Yes, and that's where he met Lanny, and I believe at Alabama. And then he went on. He was the guy that put together. Remember when old Sliced Bread was talking about the Texas A&M? It was the #1 recruiting class of all time.
Yeah.
He was the guy that put that together. And so I think when Lanny ended up at Oregon, they always had this deal of, hey, when I land someplace, we're going together. And that was one of the first hires that he made.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is true, but it's just something I think. And it's that if we I don't know, maybe I'm just an old school guy. Like I just think if more is being said about your GM, that is bad for your program. Because I know it's an important job. It's the rise of the college football GM it's a thing.
Yes.
But I just still think it's about the head coach more than anything.
That you hope they're not making news, your GM, or that they're just kind of behind the scenes?
Yeah, I was reading an article about the highest paid college football GM. Do you guys know who it is?
Maybe someone at Texas, Ohio State.
He's a famous name.
Yeah. Well, they've hired some other ones. Like I remember, like Andrew Luck, right? I think is that guy at Stanford.
It's who Belichick hired. It's
Yep.
David Lombardi
Yep.
at North Carolina.
Michael Lombardi.
Michael Lombardi. There you go.
Yep. North Carolina's general manager is making $1.5 million per year. And he's a media guy, right? Isn't he? Or
Lombardi?
Yeah.
I think he was in.
I thought he was a media guy.
I think he served for a long time in NFL front offices.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of those guys that have done both.
So Belichick hired him.
Yes.
And so his contract runs through 2028. His bonus structure pays out 1 month's salary for a non-elite bowl game and 1.5 months for an elite non-college football playoff game, 2 months salary for reaching the college football playoff for the ACC championship game.
Okay.
So they gave him a lot of dough.
Yeah.
Next on the list.
By the way, he has a long list of he was a chief scout. He was the player.
Okay.
He was director of player personnel for the Eagles, the Raiders. He's one of those guys.
Well, I don't know how much Malchow.
And by the way,
makes.
he is listed officially on their website as the chief of staff.
I don't know how much he makes, but I'm just pointing out that I'm glad we don't know his name.
Yeah.
Because we'd make too much. Because I'm sure they're going to make way too much of Michael Lombardi.
Sure.
That is really about Bill Belichick and his staff coaching up in recruiting and coaching.
Yes.
Right.
And a lot of the job as the general manager is now it's managing your salary cap. Every school has a salary cap. And so like someone kind of jokingly put in, you're the director of the bag. And it's essentially right. When you're the general manager, it is now your job to mind the transfer portal. It's your job to know how much money you have for NIL, how it's going to be allocated. It is not an unlimited resource. Now you have to figure out what you're going to do with the revenue share, who gets what, all of that stuff. So yes, in a broad sense, the general manager is in charge of money distribution and building a team because you now have to pay for your team.
So I wonder if we're just because the thing that sets Lombardi apart, and I'll read you who the next highest paid GMs are in college football right now. The thing that sets Lombardi apart is he was actually a GM.
Yes,
as you mentioned.
Yes.
So you just wonder when are we going to get to the point where the college football GM is just their front office execs from the NFL.
Sure.
Or they've actually done this. It's interesting that he's the only one that was actually a general manager. And I get that the
roles aren't quite the same.
Yeah, they're not quite the same. But at the same time, it would be good to have had experience in a general manager role in football.
Yes. I guess the difference would be in the NFL is you can acquire a lot more talent in college because there's nothing real to stop you.
But isn't it? But some of it's just flat out scouting and figuring out which players are worth the money.
Yes.
That's the.
Yes. There is an element of, so I've talked to enough people behind the scenes where there will be something along the lines of this. You go into an off season and you say, hey, for instance, let's take Oregon. Oregon had 3 offensive line positions that needed to be filled. And you look at that and as a GM, you need to sit down with Dan Lanning and say, okay, what do we have coming through, right? We lose both of our tackles and we lose we lose a guard, right? What do we feel about our depth coming up? And Lanning and the GM sit down and say, well, no, we probably need at least 1, probably 2 tackles. And, we could use a guard as well. Cool. What do we do about quarterback? No, we feel pretty good about quarterback. We got Dante Moore. We got we got a couple backups. We got some young guys we like. Cool, that's there. And so you take that and you're like, all right, so what's our budget? And now you go out and it's that general manager's needs to know what the market is for tackles. He needs to understand how much is it going to cost us to go get tackles. And Oregon got, by the way, 3 premier. They got the number 1 and probably number 4 tackle in the portal. They landed, I think, the number 2 guard out of USC. And it's up to the GM to then figure out, all right, if we allocate this, do we have money to go out and get the safety we need or to get the defensive lineman?
Right, but I still think that the safety you need or the defensive lineman you need is the talent evaluation is coming from the coaches.
Yes.
And the head coach.
Yes.
So I just wonder when are we going to get to the point
scouting department
where the college football GM is more important than the coach, because we're not there yet.
No. And you wonder too when they will start deploying, because it's there's so many teams to look at. You wonder how many who's the Michigan guy, the scene stealer?
Scene stealer? Do you mean sign
stealer?
Connor
Stallions. You wonder how many times, and this may be a budgetary thing, but are going to start putting together like NFL-like scouting staffs that their whole job is to not just scout other teams, but when you're scouting other teams, start identifying players that we can go snag in the offseason.
Think about this. The first coach, because these coaches, and Lanning has even talked about this, they are spread way too thin.
Yes.
Which is why they have to have a GM and a big staff, right?
Yeah.
The first coach to go, you know what? I am going to hire, I'm going to put my resources into my GM and his staff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let them find me the players. Now, we're going to be on the same page in terms of what I need, what I want, what I look for.
Yeah.
But I am going to take that completely off my plate and let them give me a team.
Yeah.
And I am going to spend all of my time coaching up that team. The first one that has success doing that it's going to change the game.
Well, maybe Bill is the first guy that's going to attempt to do that, but he won't be around long enough to probably see the fruits of those labors at North Carolina. He'll be there for 3-4 years tops, and then he'll move on. But it certainly feels like this is.
See, right now I just feel like college coaches don't want to relinquish control.
Yes,
like they still feel like there's not the college scouting. There just aren't a lot of people with that acumen. Like, who's going to sit down and tell Dan Lanning, I know I can build a better roster than you can? You can't.
Well, and this is the problem in the NFL is we see so many coaches that want the GM role and they can't do it. I think Bill's really been the only one that's been successful. Well, in college,
it's 2 different roles.
And in college so far,
it's still only one
it's still
kind
only
of
one, and it's going to be hard to wrestle it away from big ego coaches that, like you said, that's going to be a tough task.
So after Lombardi, USC's Chad Bowden makes in the $1 million range. Vince Marrow left Kentucky for Louisville to earn $1.2 million. Mark Pantoni, among the longest tenured in the space and the owner of the most recent national championship, signed a 3-year deal this offseason starting at $900,000. Texas Tech's James Blanchard turned down Notre Dame to sign a 3-year deal worth $1.6 million. Alabama's Courtney Morgan will make a reported $825,000 in 2025.
Sounds like a decent bargain.
And Jim Nagy left the Senior Bowl for a $750,000 salary at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You're
just there to raise money and distribute it and make sure you
these costs aren't
Build the
going
best
up
roster.
yet because they're still worried about how they're going to pay players.
Yeah.
But once they get all that settled
Or
and they
private
get a
equity
couple of
comes
new TV contracts and they have a bunch of money coming in, once college football is actually bringing in the revenue that it should, this right here, these positions, that's where the money's going to go.
You wonder too, like people are saying on here, and it's a valid point. Recruits want to connect with the people who will be coaching them. That's true, but more and more, you have to have the money to pay them, and you wonder if we start to see less of the coaching connection and more like a pro model where, hey man, this is about dollars and cents. Because now it's about dollars and cents, but there is that connection. You've yet to see that really become the true pro model. And you're right. It'll be interesting to see over the next handful of years because it certainly feels like it's trending that way.
All right, we will wrap up the sports hour here on the program. Coming up next on The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Really competitive practice today. Finished out with some red area. Offense got the upper hand today in that and goal line. Some explosive plays showing up. Haven't seen a lot of those so far through fall camp. Saw some today, which is real positive. Defense doing a great job attacking the ball, so we can hop into it.
Yeah, I heard Dan Lanning today on the Ducks Insider Show. He didn't sound too happy with what was going on out there.
Yeah. I do think, especially early on, it might take a little bit to find the explosive offense. This is going to be maybe a little more conservative than we're used to seeing early on.
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. I wonder if this year, because he's got a new quarterback who doesn't have as much experience, and the last time we saw him, he didn't play particularly well, will Will Stein emerge as the best coordinator to hire in college football this season?
I'm going to say no on that.
Because there's going to be a lot of gigs potentially available. There's some super hot seats all over the landscape of that sport.
The home of Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan Sports Network. It's the Great Notion Brewing pregame.
Hey, what it do?
Where you get previews of your favorite fan shows.
Try to tell you it's a little weird down there.
Great Notion Brewing. Keep beer fun. Visit one of their 3 local tap rooms. GreatNotion.com.
Damn, do they nail it. We know what you want, Daddy. It's
Swagalicious. Find out what's on tap with the Great Notion Brewing pregame.
The wonderful philanthropic world, they're changing things. What did you just say? I don't know. I'm making words up.
On the Fan Sports Network.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy, but at a much lower price. So you can lose weight for less money than you'd spend on name-brand drugs. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Plus, the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
August is Speed Month at Portland International Raceway. See the NTT IndyCar Series at the BitNow.com Grand Prix of Portland, August 8th to the 10th. Then it's time for NASCAR Xfinity Series action, August 29th and 30th during the Pacific Office Automation 147. Tickets at raceportland.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today.
Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
I ran through that bull junkie rope.
He's got a dog mentality.
It would have killed a lesser man.
They're doo-doo also. This is Primetime with Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
So the listeners looked this up, or a listener, not all of them, just one of them. But all it takes is one, Jace.
Mm-hmm.
And Marshall Malchow. Does anybody know how to pronounce it correctly?
Malchel. I don't know. I do not know.
Malchel. It ends in a W.
I'll see if I can find an interview.
He's the chief of staff at Oregon. He made $501,667 last year.
He should ask for a raise.
Well, he got there, and so it gives his salary for each year he's been there because, of course, public institution.
They're saying it's pronounced like the replacements quarterback Shane Falco, so Malcho.
Or Malco?
Malco? Falco? Yeah.
Can
that was not
Can
good.
you clip all that? I want to go listen to that again. He said, it says it's like Falco, so Malchov.
Falco.
Falco? Malcho?
Malco.
Malco.
So the W can't mean anything.
Okay. Marshall Malco.
This according to 247 Sports.
He made $264,000 his first year, $444,000 the next year, and $501,000 last year. So he has almost doubled his salary in 3 seasons.
Well, they are. I think right now on the recruiting rankings, it's one of those things because they don't have as many commits. USC, I think, technically has the number 1 recruiting class, but Oregon per commit, it's the highest rated class.
Yeah, but again, I wonder how much of that is Lanning.
Yeah, versus,
and who could you be trained to be the chief of staff? You sit down with Lanning, and you could do the same thing.
I have been told that one of the first things that Lanning did when he got here was he wanted this guy.
Yeah,
that he knows recruiting. He knows how to train the coaches to go recruit. Oregon has I don't know how much they want to talk about. Oregon has they have a recruiting playbook that they make their coaches. It's like if you're a salesman and you're a great salesman, you want your sales staff all trained in the same way. And
it's like a big seminar.
Yes.
They've come up with the way that works for them, and they want to spread it through the group.
And this guy is part of that. And then he is, again, handles the money and makes sure it gets where it needs to go and all of that. So, how much of that is him versus Dan Lanning in the recruiting? I think that certainly is a team effort. I think there's a ton that goes into that. Who's in charge when they come to the recruiting visits and the photo shoots? They are a well-oiled machine. And like USC had their head up their ass for a long time when it came to this. And you mentioned they went and hired someone that's making a bunch of money now. And all of a sudden USC's got their NIL in order, and USC is putting together one of the best recruiting classes in the country. So, whether this is all Dan Lanning and how much of this goes to the chief of staff or the general manager, it is becoming in a sense that if, like in the NFL, you have to have a good GM, you have to have a good head coach, you have to have a good owner. That's becoming college football. Have to have an elite coach. You got to have a guy that's in on whatever you want to call him as a general manager. And it certainly helps to have an owner. And by owner, I just mean school or booster that gives you financial backing. Because if you don't have it, there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's a dollars and cents thing. If you have remember when Jimbo left Florida State, what did he say about Florida State? He's like, I can't get anything done. I can't get the money that I need. I can't get the facilities that I need. And he left for A&M. And, you've heard this many times about programs. UCLA has a terrible problem with this. It's just hard to get anything done. But when you're at Oregon or you're at Ohio State, dude, you snap your fingers and say, hey, we need X, Y, Z. And whether it's donors, the administration, or whatever, they get the resources that they need.
There's a reason that man's salary has almost doubled.
Yeah, they're saying it's pronounced like the replacements quarterback Shane Falco, so Malcho.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. Good times.
Why
They're
did you
saying
say
it's
that?
pronounced like the replacements quarterback Shane Falco, so Malcho. I guess I can't get over the way it looks.
Malcho.
Because it's Malchow.
Yeah.
And so it's that, and then it's right next to Falco, which is Falco. I guess I can't get the
mental block there.
Well, there's the ch, there's a CH and a W. I can't get over it. They're saying it's pronounced like the replacements quarterback Shane Falco, so Malcho. Malco.
This is one of my favorite new drops.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
Doesn't he need to be shortened, Shane Falco, so Malchel? Or do we want the front part there?
Well, it's long. If the
Yeah, it's
best
long.
clips are, you got to
Shorten
find a
it.
way to.
All right, we'll tighten it up.
Tighten her up.
Falco, so
Right.
Malcho.
Malcho.
Where's it? We need to tag to a.
Oh God.
To tag Ovalia.
Valia.
Me and my POTUS.
You guys.
That's like horseradish.
Pretty much the same guy, am I right?
One and the same.
Being a man of increase.
I need better hair and a orange tan.
Maybe 200 more pounds.
Apparently a 2.8 handicap.
Yeah.
Greatest in presidential history.
Does he say he's a 2.8?
Oh, yeah. Just
Yeah.
won his 36th club championship over the weekend.
Doesn't he claim he weighs like 230 or something?
6'3", 215, I think.
215?
Yeah.
He hit a drive the other day.
He weighs 215.
And look, the guy can golf. He actually can play
It's
golf.
a weird swing, but
he can play golf. He likes golf. And so he had a drive the other day, and the I don't know, his Twitter account was like,
Well, it was
look at
to
this.
open his new course, Trump Turnberry, and it was the inaugural shot. So it was a high-pressure shot, and he striped it.
Yeah, right down the middle of the fairway. And
But
they're
then we
like,
have to-
look at this, 282 yards
Yeah, I
right
read
down the
291.
middle.
What?
That's what they wrote on there.
Okay.
And somebody went through and looked at the yardage book at that golf course.
220?
215.
Well, he's
And it was a great shot. He's 79. It's fine.
Right.
You don't have
exactly.
to do that.
So
Right.
I have a good buddy of mine, Liquor Rick, who was basically a professional golfer. Dude is ridiculous, but he's in his 70s now, and you don't hit the ball 290 down the middle when you're damn near 80. And by the way, come on, 226? That's what they claim.
215.
I think the last one I looked it up, they were claiming 226. 226 or 215? No, his weight.
Oh,
which
his
is
weight.
worse? Which is the bigger lie?
Oh, his
292 down the middle, or that he weighs 226?
Ooh.
Come on.
Well, what does he really weigh, do you think?
Because he's my height.
So he's hitting it about 220
Yeah.
off the tee.
He's hitting
and
it
he's saying 280, 290.
That's-
It's kind of the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing because he probably weighs about 280.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say 275.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think the bigger lie is the weight.
The weight.
Because, I don't know, I think more people are like, what? Okay. Okay.
It's called
Whereas
sports.
golf, some people may be like, all right, no, nice drive.
Yeah, they said they're claiming
Looks-
this from
looks
April
long.
16th, 6'3", 224. Come on. Stop.
It's amazing. All right. We will be back with Club Radio, a legend, maybe going away, next on The Fan.
They're saying it's pronounced like the replacements quarterback Shane Falco, so Malcho.
It is summer, but the cold, wet winter, you guys, it will be here before you know it. As a matter of fact, we got a little tease today regarding that as we had some rain. So it's time to replace your old builder-grade windows with custom-built, high-quality windows from Window Nation. These guys are the best in the country at doing such a thing. And this month, they're going to give you big savings because you'll get 50% off all window styles. They have over 1,500 styles and colors to choose from. And if you put zero down, they will. You don't put zero down. You don't have to put anything down. Does that make?
You're allowed
So
to not
Falco.
put anything down.
That's right. You're allowed to not put anything down. Make zero payments and pay 0 interest for 2 years. And if you replace all of your windows, they're going to give you a pair of Portland Thorns tickets. How am I doing? Don't miss out. Window Nation's most popular deal. Schedule a fast free estimate right now at 866-90Nation, or you can log on to a very special website, windownation.com/Portland Thorns. So get on their schedule, 866-90Nation or windownation.com/Portland Thorns. License number OR 249065.
Shane Falco, so Malcho.
Stone Creek Golf Club, named Oregon's best public course with greens fees under $100. Designed by Peter Jacobson, Stone Creek delivers scenic views, beautiful fairways, and some of the finest greens in the state. The ideal setting for your next round, event, or tournament. Save time and money. Download the Stone Creek Golf.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan on the Diamond tonight, the Mariners hosting the White Sox again at T-Mobile. George Kirby's on the mound for the M's. Jonathan Cannon gets the start for the Sox. First pitch is at 6:40. You can see the game nationally televised on the MLB Network. The M's with a chance to gain some ground on the Astros as well. Houston falls 6-4 to the Marlins in Miami this afternoon. Elsewhere in the AL, the Red Sox have locked down rookie outfielder Roman Anthony for the foreseeable future, an 8-year contract extension for $130 million with another $100 million in performance escalators. In New York, Guardian starter Gavin Williams nearly no-hit the Mets today. Juan Soto breaks it up with a homer late. Williams goes 8 2/3 with just one hit in the 4-1 win. And the Seahawks kick off their preseason tomorrow right here on The Fan when they host Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders. They'll kick it off at 7. Our coverage here on The Fan starts at 5. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Kurt missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Shane Falco, so Malcho.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to 1. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The following program may not be suitable for children. Hold on to your butts. As the sun sets over Slab Town, in the shadows of the Fremont Bridge, a club comes to life where you can let your freak flag fly.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak. Full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
The only thing that's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no, oh no.
Well, my. Shane Falco, so Malcho.
I mean, I don't care. They can touch me.
You can molest me all you want. That, and you know what? You know.
Ho, ho. We want the nutty. Yeah,
Shane Falco.
Okay,
so
we
Malcho.
apologize.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
What an exciting time.
Ooh-wee.
All right.
Someone said, Did I miss something? Because Edward's in saying this ad from Rock may need to be clipped too. Did you put together an award winner there for the Windows?
I always do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was kind of special. I don't know. There's a
Well,
lot going on.
Falco Malcho threw me off my game. I'm still off my game.
Shane Falco, so Malcho.
There it is in stereo.
What did I miss? Do I need to go back? Can I go back on the app and listen to the Window Nation ad?
I
No.
can probably find it. It was just a little
It was
stumbly
just-
bumbly.
Yeah, it was just all over the place.
I
I said Portland's Thorns. I don't know why.
I just when Edward's like you gotta clip that. I'm like, wait, did we miss something? Shane Falco, so Malcho. Because every now and then there is a Window Nation ad that is true greatness. The free Windows too.
Excuse me, not every now and then.
All the time.
Every day.
From the Window Daddy.
Well, the iconic Howard Stern show is set to be canceled.
I keep saying that it's canceled, but it just when I actually read it, it just says it may not get renewed. That's different.
Well,
than
there's no news on it yet.
Yeah.
This is from the Sun.
Yeah.
And Howard hasn't even commented on it. As a matter of fact, he did a bit on this today.
Yeah.
So he is not. Apparently, the guy takes all summer off.
Yeah.
And then he comes back in the fall. So he's off right now. But they play his old shows and stuff.
Mhm.
And he came on today, and he said he had a big announcement.
Yeah, I was listening today because they had Lars on there from Metallica.
Yeah, Lars from Metallica was on there. He's the douchebag drummer.
He is the drummer, yes.
And he is quite a douche. And not even you can defend that.
No.
But he had Lars on there, and so a lot of people thought this was in response to this Sun article that was saying that his show is going to be canceled.
Yes.
But he came on there. He's like, I got a big announcement. I'm coming on to the show live today. And he came on there, and he announced that Metallica has a new Sirius XM channel.
Yeah. Maximum Metallica is now a new channel on Sirius.
Yeah. So cool bit.
Yeah.
But the Sun is saying that Stern is not going to be renewed. They simply, a la the Stephen Colbert show, their report is they simply cannot afford to keep paying Howard $8 bajillion.
Wasn't it a $100 million salary?
Yes. He made, it was a 5-year, $500 million deal.
Yeah. So he makes about $90 million annually. And that's after the expenses for the show. So Howard personally, they pay him $120 million per year, but he does have to distribute that for
all the people,
and production costs and all that. So they're saying that Howard walks away with $90 million. And I do enjoy some of the people that are like taking shots. Howard Stern has made almost $1 billion. And I think he's like close to 70 years old. Something tells me Howard's okay.
Yeah, there's the see what happens, go woke, go broke out there. It's like
taking shot. What do you mean, like?
Well, yeah, there's
just because of his political views and stuff.
Well, I get
because he bashes Trump.
Yeah, I don't listen to him as much as I used to. I only listen to him when he has interviews.
Yeah, he's too woke.
But yeah, there's the old see what happens. Like they're trying to take shots at Howard Stern and like Taylor Swift. They're two of the biggest. Taylor Swift is still the biggest thing in music. Howard Stern's the biggest thing in radio that's amassed almost $1 billion, and he's 71. And you're now thinking that Howard Stern somehow has been canceled? Or maybe that they just can't afford to pay Howard Stern $120 million.
Howard Stern, I mean...
He hates his job anyways. He works like 3 or 4 days a week. He takes the entire summers off.
Well, no, he doesn't hate it. I mean, I don't know. I don't hear what he says.
He bitches a lot.
But I think that, like, dude, that guy broke all rules.
Yes.
He is so good and has such an audience that he went to them and said, not only are you going to pay me $120 million a year, I'm going to take half the year off.
Yeah.
And guess what? You don't have a choice.
Yeah. And by the way,
that's how good he is.
I'm not going to work 5 days a week either
exactly.
when I do work.
Yeah. And so dude, that's what it's called. It's called leverage. And the way he got leverage is being the single best in the game. Like if you we're in the radio business, dude. Give me anyone that even remotely rivals Howard Stern.
There's nothing.
Alive or dead. And people will bring up Rush Limbaugh.
No.
Rush Limbaugh, and I'm taking politics out of this. Rush Limbaugh was excellent at radio. He really was. But he doesn't hold a candle to how Howard Stern presents material, how Howard Stern interviews. What Howard Stern has created is just light years above anything in radio. It's really it's really incredible how good he's been.
I would make the argument that there may be a bigger gap between Howard Stern than and everyone else in his contemporary, and Rush is probably number 2. I don't think that, like, find me another, from music to TV, another entertainment medium, movies, that has a clear defined number 1, because it's not that way in TV. There's not someone in movies you're like, he's that much better than everyone else. Not that one in music that you could say, maybe the Beatles, but even with I guess the closest thing I would say is the Beatles. Dude, Stern is...
Yeah, it's a wide gap, man.
It's really
incredible.
It's the damn Grand Canyon.
So anybody...
I mean, when he started satellite radio, everyone made fun of him. They're like, no one's going to pay for radio. And they're like, they will for Howard Stern. And he proceeded to make, I think, $650 million off of that deal.
What's interesting is, now he made a lot of money. I just wonder how much that was worth it for them. You know, because I am one of those that went away. So Stern used to air in Portland.
Yeah.
And I'd listen to him. He was on the old rock station, wasn't he?
Yeah.
101.
He was always a
Wasn't
rock
it
guy.
101.1?
I think KUFO, or was it?
It was KUFO, yeah. He was on
KUFO?
there. So I'd hear him there.
Yeah.
But once he moved to satellite, I was out. I haven't heard him since. I really haven't heard him since, other than seeing him on like a talk show or something on TV. So I don't know how it's gone for him on XM. I don't listen to XM, but
he's been a giant.
I just wonder what the business side. I mean, he made a ton of money, and rightly so. That's his leverage. He leveraged that. He built that.
Yeah.
But what has that meant to XM? I don't know. They're canceling. It sounds like they're canceling it. They're saying Stern's contract is up in the fall, and while Sirius is planning to make him an offer, they don't intend for him to take it.
Yeah.
Sirius and Stern are never going to meet on the money he is going to want. It's no longer worth the investment.
Yeah. Well, again, they're going to go to him and be like, you're 71, you work half the year, you don't work an entire work week, we can't afford to pay you $120 million. And Howard Stern at 71 is going to be like, okay, bye.
Right.
So, again, this isn't Howard Stern being canceled. This is Howard Stern refusing to... This is like a quarterback at the end of a 50-year career refusing to take a pay cut or work more. And he's just not going to do it. So it's disingenuous to say that Howard Stern is being canceled. Whatever you think of Howard Stern, trust me, if Howard Stern wanted to be on Sirius XM or if he wanted to be on terrestrial radio, Howard Stern would be doing that. He just wants...
And could still be the highest paid in the industry.
Dude, can you imagine if he returned to terrestrial radio?
Oh, my God. It would
think about that.
Yeah. Well, and he defined an entire, like, every morning...
No one can afford him.
No one can. Because he won't work for less. How do you go from... And the guy has more money than he can spend. He's a shut-in. He doesn't do anything. And he bitches all the time about working. He bitches all the time about just wanting to be old and be a hermit.
Well, why doesn't he then?
I don't... Well,
he just makes too much money.
Makes too much money.
Because it's nice to get $100 million.
Yeah.
Well, and as someone said, he's been retiring for 25 years.
Yeah.
Howard hasn't needed to work in 25 years.
Yeah, but when he does do the show, it's still good, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's why he's great.
He's
it's
great.
like he may not even want to do it, but he can.
Yeah. I mean, I tuned in today because I heard Lars was going to be on it. And, like, he did, and he still gets big interviews. He did a special a while back with Bruce Springsteen that was really good. He did one with Billy Joel. I mean, a lot, like, if I had to pick a celebrity that I didn't know anything about or wanted to get to know better, it would be probably Stern. As that I would put him on the show. Like, the first time I heard from Post Malone, the first time I heard from Lady Gaga, he humanizes people. And he's different than he was back when.
He's great at it.
Yeah.
When somebody said on the text line, when Howard goes, Sirius subscriptions go down the drain.
There's probably an element of that.
Maybe that's true. Or maybe he just goes to terrestrial radio just to piss him off.
Or again, he's
to kill him.
It's people always ask, like, what's you going to do? You're 71. What he may do next is just sit on a $500 million and...
Do you think he'd want to do middays on the Fan?
Howie, come on board. I honestly could see him eventually, like, never being heard from again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's that type.
He's that type. Or maybe
he's made enough money.
Maybe do a Letterman thing. Do you ever watch the Letterman Netflix stuff?
I saw him.
My
on
next
there.
guest needs no introduction.
Yeah, I saw him on there.
It's a great thing. Stern could do that. Stern could do.
Well, I always thought Stern was gonna get into the late night talk show game.
Yeah, but he could do like a Netflix thing where he does 10 a year and he does the biggest stars, everyone would sit down with him and he could do that.
Now, they are saying on this, again, this is just one report, but it says that he will likely cut some sort of deal for Sirius to keep his catalog so they can keep playing his shows.
So he gets to make more money and not work.
So not doing any more work, but just saying, here, you can have my old work that I already did for you.
But again, let's own the
what do you suppose that costs?
Let's own the Stupid Libs by Howard Stern. Go woke, go broke. Yeah, Stern's not going
We've
broke.
got some of that on the YouTube. It says, Rob is living in the past. Stern is out because he lost his leverage. Way more than half the audience stopped listening.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know his audience. I don't know.
But this is you think Howard Stern cares?
Well, I don't think that's the point. The point is they are saying, and this Sun article does bring up a source that says Stern's political leanings are not working in his favor. This says if Sirius isn't going to give Stern a good offer, I don't think it would have anything to do with his ratings. It's more likely everything to do with the political climate. That's from the source in this. So they're saying he still has good. I don't know.
So he's not in enough demand to do the job at that salary.
He just makes too much money, man. It's just.
I think if I remember correctly, I think he said that if you're a MAGA guy, like get bent, don't listen. I think he's kind of taken that stance.
He can.
Yeah. Again, when you have the leverage of not caring because you have $650 million and you don't need to work and you're 71, you can say whatever the hell you want. Like it's laughable to think that somehow this is teaching Howard Stern a lesson or that he's effing around and finding out. He knows exactly what he's doing and he doesn't care.
Well, he's yet to say anything.
Yeah.
So maybe they cut a deal or something. I don't know.
You never know.
We'll see.
He's like, how about 70 million?
Take a $50 million a year pay cut
and still make 70 mil
at 71. I often wonder why, like, when people who make that kind of money, and I'm not talking about like investment rich, like these billionaire hedge fund guys or whatever. I'm talking about just people who do make it. I mean, Howard makes an annual salary.
Yes.
Okay.
90 million. Is his take according to internet.
I just wonder why. I guess it just becomes so much money that you feel like you have to keep. You can't ever just turn it down.
Yeah.
But I often wonder why when you're 71 years old, you're still doing that. Like, dude, go sit. And he's even talked about how he wants to do that. Yep. Just go sit on your cash and live your life, man.
I think it's probably hard when
your sensibilities kick in and you're like, dude, that's 90 million. Well, and I only work half the year.
And he said, if you've ever listened to him, he said ever since he was a little kid, his dad was in radio. All he wanted to do was do radio. And so there probably is an obsession, love, hate, addiction to doing it. And it's like the Shawshank. It's the Shawshank theory. After you've been in prison for so long and you get out of prison, where do you want to be? You want to be back in prison because it's what you know, it's structure. And he may not, I mean, he's been doing this since he was, 19 years old in college, and he's 71 now. I think sometimes the idea of doing something else for someone like that is probably, it's really hard to commit. Oh, and then, by the way, here's $90 million a year.
The other thing, too, about him is he evolved a lot.
He's a completely different person.
Over time.
Yep.
Interesting fella. Okay, we got to go. All right, Buck tried to present some sort of topic, paying to save a song or some crap.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a terrible tease.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible topic, I think.
You don't even, then why are you talking about it?
I don't know, because I want to clarify it.
Okay.
Falco, so Malcho?
Malcho. Shane Falco, so Malcho.
We'll be right back on 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan is live on YouTube, Twitch, and now Window Nation brings you The Window into the Fan on-demand YouTube video shorts with your favorite fan shows and hosts. The Window into the Fan. Souk have you from here?
All right, so Buckley, let me see if I can remember it.
You got angry. You got like visibly angry at this.
Yeah, you hated this so much you had to bring it up today, even though you didn't like it yesterday.
I think I misunderstood it.
No, it's confusing. But the Mets were trying to make a comeback in the ninth inning, so me and Buckley got to kind of hash it out as I was being pissed at the Mets yesterday, while you fled and you thought this was dumb, and yet we're talking about it.
Well, again, I think I misunderstood it, so I want to give it its fair shot.
Sure.
You were saying if you could pay to save one song, how much would you pay and what song? In other words, you could never listen to this song ever again?
Unless you had paid for it.
So I did get it right.
Essentially, yeah. The premise is that music is no longer available to you at your fingertips via the radio, Spotify, whatever. If you want to listen to a song, you have to pay. You have to have paid for that song.
You will never hear Key Largo again unless you pay a certain amount.
By Bertie Higgins?
By Bertie Higgins. And what is the amount that you would pay to hear your favorite song, a.k.a. something by the Carpenters?
And what did you say?
I was confused. Buck was a little higher than I said arguably, as long as, because it was framed, we had to like hash this out. Because if that was one song, if I had to pay for one song, I wouldn't pay more than $20. For instance,
see, I'm with you because this is kind of why I didn't like it initially. I'm like, well, why would I pay for a song? Like, I don't care. If it goes away and I never hear it again,
your life is musicless without anything that you pay for. That's the premise.
Oh, okay. That's where I misunderstood.
Yeah, like the only music you'll ever be able to hear again is music that you have paid for.
Okay, I thought you were saying pay for this song and it won't go away.
Like
you can listen to
radio
everything
and
else.
randomly hear it. You can't show up at a bar and hear it on the jukebox.
Yeah, so I'll say,
no
for
music.
instance, like if I were to take my favorite band, Metallica, and you say whatever, Master of Puppets is your favorite song. How much would you pay? And I was like, not that much, because while it would bum me to never hear Master of Puppets, I still have Metallica's entire catalog.
Exactly.
But if you're saying that I never listened to Metallica another song again,
you don't have any music unless you've paid for it.
Then I would say that number ends up going up exponentially.
So now we have to pay for everything we listen to?
Yes.
Is what you're saying?
So the question is, what would be the highest paid song in your catalog that you had to have?
Okay. I see now. See, that's a better question.
Yeah.
It's a little convoluted to get
Shane
into.
Falco, so Malcho. Yeah, it's a little Malcho of us. We had to kind of sift through some stuff to get to the Falco.
That's right.
And break.
I was mildly confused as well.
All right, well, let me think about this. Because now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. And it's tough because
I can't live a musicless life.
No, but I also couldn't listen to the same 100 songs, I would go nuts.
How big would your catalog need to be?
Very big.
Very big. And so if you're paying $10 for like your song, but all of a sudden you're paying for 100 songs, dude, stuff's adding up real fast. I'm about to become a reader. I mean, that's one of the beauty things about music is, music is free. I mean, you hear music everywhere. Some of it, like obviously concerts and CDs and stuff and streaming, you have to pay, but music's all around us. But if music just was gone, I was never going to hear another song unless I paid for it. That's kind of a scary proposition.
It'd be weird.
And I don't know how much you could really afford to pay.
All right. We'll get to that, okay? Next, but first, Buck with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, the Mariners just about to get started against the White Sox out at T-Mobile. George Kirby on the mound for the M's. Jonathan Cannon towing the rubber for the Sox. The first pitch is just about 5 minutes away over on MLB Network. The M's can gain some ground on the Astros, who lost today to Miami 6-4. Elsewhere in the AL, the Red Sox have signed rookie outfielder Roman Anthony to an 8-year contract extension. It's a $130 million deal with $100 million more in potential incentives. In New York, Guardian starter Gavin Williams nearly no-hits the Mets today. Juan Soto breaking it up with a home run late. But Williams goes 8 2/3 of one-hit ball in Cleveland's 4-1 win. And the Seahawks kick off their preseason tomorrow night right here on the Fan when they host Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders. They will kick it off at 7 o'clock. Our coverage here starts at 5. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty. Nothing hits like a Victorico smoothie on a hot summer day. Icy, cold, refreshing, and seriously delicious. Locally owned and packed with bold taste, Victorico's hits the spot every time. Stop in or order online at victoricos.com. When you think of flavor, think of Victorico's.
Hey, it's Rob. Wildly expensive these days, isn't it? One thing that's not? Windows. If you purchase that you could listen to, you had to pay for it moving forward, what song would you pay the most for?
Yeah, which song would you put the most value on?
To keep around.
Maybe like a wedding. Do you have a wedding song? Like
My favorite song.
Or your fave?
I just think it's the one that I would pay the most for. I don't know how much I would pay for it, but it's Into the Mystic by Van Morrison.
Yeah.
Because I melt.
It's a great tune.
at the horns
Yeah.
in that song.
Yeah. Zach Brown does a really nice cover of that, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah.
Or do they? Are they?
Malchow. Shane Falco, so Malchow. That's going to become the new Malchow?
So, what would I pay for it? I don't know. I feel like, so we're saying that we're going to be musicless unless we pay.
Yeah.
I would pay as little for as much as I could. Does that make sense?
Yeah, try to beef up your catalog.
Yeah, because I want the most songs that I could still listen
I'm
to.
with you. I would rather give up my 20 favorite. Let's say I got to pay $1,000 for the music for the rest of my life, right? I got to write a check and I can hear music. I would rather give up my 100 favorite songs. Or let's go with the Rolling Stone 100 greatest songs of all time, right? So Imagine, Rolling Stone, Stairway to Heaven, Yesterday, right? All the, those. I would rather give up the top 100 songs of all time and listen to everything else rather than have my 100 or even 200 favorite songs. I want variety, because even my most favorite tunes, I don't even know if I could pick a favorite song. But I'll go through stretches like Ozzy dies. So I'm listening to a ton of Black Sabbath and a ton of Ozzy. And I've listened to that over since I was a little kid. And then I went and saw the Michael Jackson musical. And so I'm listening to a lot of Michael Jackson. And then Metallica announces that they've got a channel now coming. And so I'll guarantee I'll go on a Metallica run for a little bit. And also the music I listen to when I work out is different than the music when I'm sitting at home. And then I got songs that remind me of my kids or all that. So I don't think I'm with Rob. I would just want the biggest collection possible. And I would pay a decent chunk of change to keep music around. That would be it would be thousands of dollars that I would pay over the course of my life if it meant I could keep listening to music. A life without music would suck.
So then, answered this way, which song that you listen to regularly would you least want taken away from you? Like, if you had to zero in on one that you're like, gosh, that's the one I can't live with, because obviously you don't want to just buy the one song and keep listening to that over and over again. But I think the exercise is primarily to find out which songs mean the most to you.
There is, you're gonna give me. There is a song that makes me think of my dad who passed away, and there's a song that makes me think of my wife that I passed away, and I'll keep those to myself. But when I go and visit them, I play those two songs on my way to visit them. And even now I got my little eyes.
Little eyes?
My little eyes. They choke me up. And and it's weird because I don't listen to those that often, but it would bother me immensely.
My eyes are very important to me.
To not be able to hear those two, to hear those two songs, because those are uniquely tied to two people that I love dearly that I will never see again. So it'd be those. It'd be those two. And by the way, I think everyone should have that song.
Sure.
That if you've lost a loved one, or even have it before you lose them. Have a song that that makes you think of someone. And that's kind of the great part about music is, I think almost every person in my life has a song that means something to me that I associate with that person.
And music can take you back to a time and place when you were with that person, or special.
Like
is mine "Rainbow Connection" by Kermit?
You know what yours is. It might be the strangest. That will forever be a song that when I hear Lady Gaga, I will think of you.
What's yours, Buckley? You big stud.
As far as like sentimental value, I mean, anytime I hear James Taylor, Something in the Way She Moves, it takes me right back to my wedding night, and so that's a really special one. But as far as just,
I mean, I don't care. You can touch me.
As far as overall satisfaction, anytime the first few chords of Dreams by Fleetwood Mac hit, it delivers something different. That would be very high on my list.
One that gets me that isn't one of the two, but it's like that. It'll get me is The Way You Look Tonight.
Yeah.
That's a great tune.
That's really that's an all timer, and that makes me think of weddings. Yeah. That one will get me every time. And when you're at a wedding, or if you're at a dance or whatever, we were at the me and the BTJ were at this. There's this might be the best meal experience I've ever had. There's this restaurant in PV in Puerto Vallarta, and I forget the name of it, but it sits up. It's on an old church, and it overlooks the entire city, and the bell tower is right out, and you're in the top floor, and it's open air like cathedral seating up on this church, and they have 3 violin players that sit there, and it's an Italian joint, and they play this beautiful violin music just while you sit and eat. And we happen to be right by the violin players. We got a table right by there, and you can tip them, and you can ask for you like request songs or whatever. And so I happened to be sitting right there, and I wanted to hear. It was a really romantic evening, and I wanted to hear The Way You Look Tonight. So I pulled out, I pulled out a couple bucks, and I was getting ready to throw it in there, and they just launched into that song. And we stood up and started dancing, and then before you know it, the entire restaurant all stand up was dancing, and it was really cool. And it was just one of those songs that just when you hear it, everyone. That's a universal love song that everyone can get behind.
Yeah. And then they played Do Me Baby.
You know what they ended with?
By Prince.
They ended with Devil Went Down to... Their last song of the evening
Oh.
was so strange. And they didn't sing, by the way. They were just playing violin. And the last song of the night, because we got a table, we couldn't get a reservation till late. And so they were getting ready to kind of shut it down. They were doing last call, and the violin players they were like, hey, this is our last one. And they've been playing all this sweet, romantic, big, sweepy music. They played and sung The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And the lady, there was 2 guys and a lady. Oh my God. Dude, she kicked the devil's ass. She went and sawed on that thing like you wouldn't believe. It was really cool to have this romantic meal, and then Devil Went Down to Georgia.
That'll bring the house down.
It did. It was really cool. If you're ever in PV,
in the pants,
look up violin playing Italian romantic restaurant, and you'll pop up and you'll see the view, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's...
You can molest me all you want. That, whatever.
It is true. After that, you can touch...
whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap it up next on 105.1 The Fan.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. When we look back and she does and they officially sell this thing, it's going to be the weirdest era, debatably, of Blazer basketball.
Without a doubt. I mean, she took over. We never really knew who was calling it.
Paul's an idea person. She's the decision.
I wish she was loud and nice in public so we could hear what her thoughts are on the state of the
song.
Can I eliminate an entire catalog, an entire band?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Sure. Well, if you're willing to pay for it.
I'll pay for all of the Red Hot Chili Peppers music to be wiped off the planet.
Go to hell.
Can we get a sample?
No, you can't.
Damn it.
I'm not a monkey.
Why not? I love your version of Under the Bridge.
Mm-hmm. That's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rob's got a real chili pepper.
I just don't like them.
Rob found the chili pepper in the candy dish. Doesn't like it. By the way, that restaurant I couldn't think of, someone knew it. La Capella in Puerto Vallarta. Go.
Ah, yes. La Capella, meaning Jesse's girl.
I believe that means Malchow in Spanish, if you didn't know. Shane Falco, so Malchow.
Ah, yeah!
Have you ever seen the SNL sketch? I think it's SNL. It might be Mad TV about Jesse's girl. It's
no.
I think it's SNL, and it's Rick Springfield writing and recording Jesse's girl, and the drummer is Jesse. So he's like, we're about to lay down this track, and the drummer's girl is in there when he's recording.
So
the drummer's like,
wait.
The drummer's like, what the hell, Rick? And he's like, what are you talking about? Just play
Jesse's girl.
Do you remember that?
And he's like,
great bit.
And he's staring at. It's real. I think it's SNL. And it's really, really, it's great.
In that Yacht Rock documentary, they were doing a thing with Toto, and they were talking about the song Rosanna, and one of the guys was like, yeah, I mean, that was definitely a girl that somebody brought to a recording session, and everybody was kind of into, so yeah, we wrote a song about her.
Well, what was the other one? What's the, Hey There, Delilah? Who sings that? The Plain White Tees?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, the lead singer was trying to stoop some girl that like lived a couple hours away at a different college, so he wrote that song to try to rizz her up. It's like, hey,
did it work?
I think he said they once it didn't work originally, and then they became famous, and she was flattered, but nothing ever really came of it. But he attempted that. I don't remember I think Kenny Chesney talked about that too. That he was down in the islands once. I think it was like maybe she's from Boston or something. Same thing, he was hitting on some hot bartender down there, and she was like, I don't even know who you are. And he's like, well, I'm a singer. And she's like, whatever. She probably hears that. And he went home and wrote the song and came back the next day, like played it for her. Was like, no, kind of a big deal. And she Googled him and was like, oh, crap, yeah.
That's interesting that you had to, like, if you're Kenny Chesney and you're hitting on somebody and they don't know who you are.
Yeah, Google me, bitch.
Is it that important to tell them you're that big of a deal? Because she's obviously not attracted to you.
Couldn't you just drop a bar or a lyric in that moment? Like sing something right there on the spot?
If you're determined to get around the bases, like you do.
Yeah, but you're Kenny Chesney. You can get anyone you want. You find a woman who doesn't know who you are, doesn't care, and isn't attracted to you.
I told you dumb bitch.
You got to be like, bro, I wrote a song. Yeah. Check this. No, wait, you should want me. Like, I'm Kenny freaking Chesney.
I bet you that happened. Wait, you're telling me? No?
You're telling
Watch this. That you write a song and she melts, and you're like, exactly. That was like Billy Joel on the Vacation. He got Elle McPherson, Christy Brinkley, and Whitney Houston. Why? Because he was sitting at a bar playing piano. Dude, there's one reason and one reason only any dude picks up an instrument, and it's that right there.
All right, everybody, have a great night. We love all of you. Well, not all of you, but some of you. Several of you. We are back tomorrow, 3 to 7 on The Fan. Good night.
Ships of Spain, red ships of Spain.
They're saying it's pronounced like the replacement's quarterback Shane Falco, so Malchow.